Take your time. Fapping is very important. This should always take a back seat to fapping. Made sure to remember to fucking put the URL pinned this time. Last time I put it up, but then I didn't pin it. And I was like, what the fuck's going on when people said that they couldn't get in? Hello, Odd. How's it going? All right, take your time. Hello, Gadwin.
Howdy, howdy.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
That's cool.
Beautiful day out today.
It is. Sadly, because of my location, your average person's like, "Oh hell yeah, the weather's getting better." Me, I fucking dread it because when the weather gets better, the fucking music starts.
The cookouts and everything.
I can't stand that fucking damn bump 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 bump.
Yeah.
Every single like there, it's always different actual songs, but it all sounds the same, and that just that backdrop that drives me fucking crazy.
They love that beat.
Ugh. It's not just that I hate it. It's like learned. It's like it's happened for years now, and I've been fighting it even like in court, and it's like created a fucking like syndrome of some sort. Like the
Well, it's like when
moment
you
it
tell a kid
starts.
no. Like you tell a kid not to do something, they're gonna do it just to spite you.
True. And I expected a lot of that early on, but at the same time, I'm not going to give up because I fully believe that I'm in the right. Like, you can't, and I've said this many times, I've even had conversations with the police about this, and they end up agreeing. You can't use freedom as your shit when it interferes with other people's freedom. That's not how it works.
You need an ordinance. So basically for your state area, like the entrance to the state, like they have to put like a noise ordinance. Hey, no loud music after like 9 p.m. or something like that.
Right. Well, we have it. It's essentially noise ordinances all the time. By the way, TMRW, is that you, Odd?
Oh no, that's another guy. He's from the other stream. We were over on Andy's stream. That was what I was tapping about.
Okay.
But he's a cool American from that side. He's like minded.
Okay. Well, it's not important that they be like-minded. I just have to, especially because I tend to create a lot of enemies. I like there's no way to do this without me at least like checking somewhat. I can't just put
Well,
everyone up.
he's not MAGA, So
Okay, that's important, very important. So, like, again, you can even be like a hardcore, like religious, right wing, whatever, as long as you're not MAGA. Hello, DJ Andy C.
You there, Corey? No, he's having mic issues. He spent the last like 2 Andy streams fixing Mao's mic.
Damn.
Oi, oi.
Hello.
How's it going?
I can't complain. Well, I actually could complain, but I'm gonna try not to so much.
Quit your
I
whinging.
just came in to say, long live MAGA.
Hello, Odd.
G'day, Bob. How you going, mate?
Not too much. Just got done digging up information about where apparently, like, literally days, like, potentially moments away from fucking war with Iran.
Yeah.
Not only that, but there's
Do they have
evidence.
nuclear in the end or what?
What?
Do they have nuclear power 1 week away in the end, or was it never possible like Trump said months ago?
Well, Russia's given them nukes.
So
Oh, cool.
yes,
So they have
Russia's working
Yeah,
on that,
full on. You're
but
fucked.
it's important to go back. There has been zero evidence at any point in time that Iran was working toward nuclear weapons. Now, it is true that they had nuclear facilities, but it was for their power grid, which is completely legal by international law.
Yeah.
And I'm not just
uranium
trying
enrichment.
to blanket defend Iran.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's just that's
from
the
here too.
evidence. Right.
Yep, yep.
Which
And
it's kind
That's
of
what we would
bad
like to
for their
believe.
area because they have limited water. Their one lake is basically dry now. Like they're
Mhm.
going through some hard droughts.
Yep.
And nuclear power takes a lot of water because it takes in cold water from the body of water and then it puts out like superheated water,
Mhm.
which then evaporates shortly after.
Interesting. I don't know much about the process, but I do know that there's
Radiation to steam.
this goes back to what I said before about Trump's stupidity, and that's the difference between like what's going on now and the past. And Trump has literally just come straight out and he's got a plan he wants Iran to make the first attack on he wants Israel to make the first attack on Iran. Now, the reason being is what's so nefarious. He wants Iran to attack Israel and like hit some sort of American, like an embassy.
I was
or
gonna
like
say they just pulled all of our embassy people out from over there.
Exactly. But well, that's part of it. But the thing is, he directly came out and stated he wants in some way, shape, or form for American assets to be hit, preferably American citizens or soldiers. He wants Americans to die so that he can get public support for the war in Iran.
So would he put American soldiers out there to be got at for that?
I know that they're sending mass fucking like troops and like equipment in that direction, but I don't know if he's that stupid. I don't know if he's going to actually like just set them out and then like put them in like the line of fire, so to speak. I don't know, but he's directly come out and stated that. And in my opinion, that's all you need. Like
it would work, wouldn't it?
Yes. But the sad thing is his plan's probably going to work because half of the fucking country watches like Fox News and Fox News isn't covering what Trump said. So people don't know about it.
Yeah.
So it's just going to look like, they attacked. Well, what am I going to do? I didn't want to go to war with Iran, but like they killed American citizens or American soldiers, whatever. Like
Yes.
I have to retaliate.
And they jump on it, wouldn't they? Yeah.
Yes, and that's
Americans
his
do
entire
things
plan.
Yeah.
Well, Just keep an eye out. For
Austin, I don't mind him and his son, but not his daughter. Have you seen his daughter?
Who?
You'd have to be gay to want that to get hurt. No, I don't do
Trump's
it.
daughter?
Yeah.
Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's a
Fucking
weird
hell,
looking
no.
one. I don't find her attractive at all. She's
I don't either, but Trump apparently would do her if she was.
Yeah, I heard that.
Trump
Yeah,
seems
I was
to
about to
think
say,
that,
hasn't Trump had sex with her? Surely.
I
Well,
don't know if he's had sex with her, but he's
Allegedly,
basically
allegedly.
He
No.
I don't even know if there's any alleged, but he did come out and say like,
Yeah, he
"Oh,
did.
she's a looker. If she wasn't my
Oh,
blah blah
yeah.
blah,"
Yeah.
which is weird as
He's
fuck.
gone so close to the limit.
I think it's.
full
I
on.
don't think it's quite as weird as it sounds, unless you were like him at the time and sat next to her. That's fucking weird.
True. That's true.
That's
It-
weird.
It
He was
was.
on a talk show like Oprah or something like that. And they asked him, "What Ivanka was there
Gosh.
with him?" He's like, "What do you two have in common?" And Trump just looked at the host and said, "Sex."
Oh,
Oh,
And then,
for
then he
fuck's
went on his whole spiel about. I often say, if she wasn't my daughter, I'd be with her right now, or something.
sake. Fucking. Jeez.
It's fucked.
Well, I would, to be fair, but that's not the point, is it? I'm not a dad.
Start banjo music playing.
Yeah. I'm not a fucking dad, am I? So
Going to Alabama here.
That's the music of
I
my people.
I just find it's very weird that people just float past it like it's not there. No,
Well, at
oh,
this
it's definitely
point,
true.
this
you're right.
reminds me. I mean, that kind of thing reminds me of the film Deliverance, where the guy's going squeal like a pig, boy. You know?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
like what? It's the same stuff.
it is.
What the fuck?
I think he gets kind of removed from it to an extent because he doesn't have the accent or anything, but like it's very much like that.
Very much like
One
that.
thing
It's like,
it bothers me so much is his wife. She's from Slovakia. And like she's been in America for like 20, 30 years now, I swear. And she still cannot speak like an American or anything like that. She still has her.
but do you know why? Because she doesn't speak with you fucking riffraff. That's why.
That's
She's
how it comes
fucking
off.
loaded, and you can all fuck off. That's
Probably
why.
that's probably her mentality.
Oh yeah,
It's the
she's
same-
very
It's the same.
self-centered.
My country's the same. Have you heard my king talk? Are you absolutely sure that anybody else except our king would talk like that? Or our queen?
Hey, if
No,
you had a
I
personal
don't think
ask
so.
wife,
If I
you
talked
talk
like that in
different
a
too.
pub, I'd get my fucking head kicked in for being a gay fuck.
I'm a little bit biased because I do like the posh sort of, I don't know what to call it. I don't know enough about it, but the UK aristocratic sort of the Richard Dawkins talk. Like to me, that is the language of intelligentsia. And maybe it isn't, but that's the feel I get, and I'm biased
That's
by
a
that.
stereotype, isn't it?
I know it is, but
Yeah.
it's
Have you heard Queen Victoria talking?
no, I don't know
No.
anything about
No,
them.
no. She does not talk like her. She's like, if you heard her talk, she would sound like trailer trash
Really
with an English accent. Yeah. you go.
interesting. So it's not what I described at all.
It's not Hollywood, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not
okay.
Hollywood. You got to put aside everything. Like I'd say probably 50% of everything in films is just bullshit. It's there to make it more interesting, or
Of course it
More
is. It's
dramatic.
film.
Yeah.
It's art.
like Braveheart. The film Braveheart is so off. Like that princess he meets up with from France. She's 9 years old at that time in history. Not a full grown.
Sounds good to
woman.
me. That sounded better to Trump.
The kilt wasn't a thing then. Like the Scotsmen didn't wear a kilt till much later.
I know. No, they didn't have kilts. No. It's like,
Not that
Hey,
period.
did either of you guys see Rash Don at the end of Andy's stream?
Yeah, I
for a
didn't read it
text?
though.
yes.
It's something about Trump being. It was actually a standard question, but yeah, I noticed no one answered. And it was over time, so I left. But yeah,
I
I
didn't know.
just realised that I mentioned it to Andy before, and
Yeah.
he said that he didn't even notice either. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck, I haven't seen him since the last bitching. That's all.
Oh, he
Sorry,
showed
enough
up in
about him.
Discord here, like at the beginning of the at the end of last
He
stream.
popped in Discord, and then like
I
I'm like,
thought he was
okay,
blocked.
okay,
Okay.
Rash is back. No, I never blocked him, but
Okay.
he came back,
I
and then he
have.
immediately started with like calling people dumbasses, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna let it go. Who cares? Water under the bridge, whatever. Maybe he's like better now. And then like cut one comment later, he's like fucking dumbasses again, like same deal. And so I just fucking blocked him. Like
Yeah, kind of. I blocked him as well.
I didn't block him as in like for me. I suspended him from the channel for 1 week and then he left. But I'm not tolerating that sort of behavior
See, he
because
reckons that
especially
you run away.
Fair enough.
well, I think he thinks that I think like he does, and that I'm like, I've got to stand my ground and prove I'm a man. I could give a fuck less about that. I don't have time for drama. I
That doesn't
don't.
seem your MO, to be honest.
Yeah, like I don't care to prove I'm manly or to stand up to you. What like to me, you're like when I say you, I'm talking about Rash in this instance. You're some random dude that's angry that you had a disagreement like fucking months ago and you're still stuck on it and you're acting like fucking Donald Trump, like a
Very
child.
strange.
And
I
like
just
you
want
won't
another
let it
Blitz
go.
out video.
It's very strange because the guy's not sick. I find
I
that very
know.
strange when people who aren't sick. That I find even more
I
strange.
completely agree with you.
Huh?
In fact, that's
Like-
part of the case that I made before is Rash is not an idiot.
No,
Yeah,
But
I know.
he's so emotional sometimes. When the emotion kicks in, he starts behaving like one, and it's like
very strange. It's like that video you were watching. I watched your video the other day about the MAGA guys.
yeah,
That was fucking hilarious. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that was Patrick with a shave. He even sat
that's
back in the
that was
chair.
the first
little-
thing.
Oh,
The
my
first thing I
God.
was like, dude, it's Patrick. Like it's
Yeah.
fucking Patrick.
He sat back in the chair, little smug smile. I'm the business. That's it. It's Patrick with a shave. It's
Yep.
brilliant.
Yep. It
And
was
that
great.
woman next to him married him. What the fuck was she thinking?
She
I-
actually
I-
seems to be. she is caught
Yes,
up in the
she's-
MAGA thing for sure,
think
but
she's-
she actually has a brain. Like she
I think she's following. No,
maybe I don't
because it's
know.
a husband. It's a husband. What are you going to do?
It's possible. It's
that
possible.
kind of thing. That-
But
I
she
shouldn't-
doesn't. She doesn't
because-
meet the criteria exactly
No.
of the MAGA crowd, which is interesting. But you could be right. It might just be because it's
She
her
was
husband.
just less MAGA next to extreme MAGA, man.
I
She
just
was
funny.
definitely MAGA. But she
Fucking
was
funny. Guys,
I-
that was-
I
she
find
could
that most
tell
women-
that her partner was nuts. That was the only difference.
she even
That's
said
true.
so. She
Most
even
women
said
need to
so.
be
You know?
MAGA out of tribalism because their father, their brother, their husband are MAGA, so they're automatically default MAGA.
Except
lot of-
the brother and sister broke away, and
Oh,
that's interesting.
I was going to ask Trobs what you thought of. I'm expecting the answer. I'm expecting, but apparently Texas is a great place to live.
No.
They put they've got religion in their curriculum now
What the fuck?
in schools, and it's,
Oh, definitely. I
yeah.
heard that here.
yeah.
Not
Oh,
definitely,
thank
but
God.
I definitely heard that here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very. I was listening to a guy called Aaron Ra, and he's a smart guy, and he tried to get to be governor of Texas because of all this shit, and he turns up regularly at their meetings to argue the point that it shouldn't be in the curriculum because they're trying to get it in the curriculum alongside dinosaurs and stuff, you know.
Bibles in every class,
Yeah,
10 Commandments on the wall.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So
I see it as extremely problematic, and it violates separation of church and state. Now, to be clear,
It
that's
does.
not
It's
that's
actually
not in the
passed, and it is
Constitution.
law now.
Well, that's
in
not
that
in the
state.
Constitution. That is legal, but I think it's fucking wrong.
Yeah, look at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's the biggest example of putting religion in classrooms.
sorry, Oklahoma,
Yeah, they've already
not
done it.
Texas.
Well,
But
Oklahoma's one
to be fair, I've mostly only heard about Texas. So
Yeah,
if
same.
if Oklahoma are worse than them, they're fucking struggling.
Well, Oklahoma's almost nothing. Like they're just a blip on the map. Used to be Indian territory, but we stole it from them again.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether they're a blip on the map or not. You know, they're part of your country.
Well,
They're part of you. The people are people. You know, it's like it's weird.
what irritates me is that it's not about religion. It's all
Sorry,
like
it's-
this.
yeah.
It's like the nationalism, and then they made white nationalism, and now it's used as a propaganda technique to keep people toward the right.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. That's the real
Uh,
deal here, and that's what's dangerous about it.
It's the power game. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. I don't understand it. I assumed it was the Bible argument.
The Bible art. Oh yeah. Well, the people push it and
It's-
champion it at using the Bible argument. But what I'm saying is like the reason why it's like championed by like those in power has nothing to do with the religion. But the people that are making the argument, they really do believe it, and they believe that this would be
Oh, I
a
see
better
what you mean now.
nation under
Okay.
God and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
they
yeah,
truly
yeah.
do believe it. I don't have any doubt about that.
But the people in power like it because it's the power.
Yes,
it
it's a
works.
control mechanism, and it's
Okay,
one of the
yeah.
best. In fact, Italy used it under Mussolini, like the original
So I
rise of
suppose.
fascism.
Yes. Yeah. So, when you think about it, they're right. It is all that Bible stuff, and it is what they should be doing because it works, and everybody thinks, yeah, fucking great, carry on.
Yes,
it's-
but because
it's a
that's all
strange-
they care about. It's so if you give people the one thing they care about, and like that, like everything else is like good. Like you can
Mm.
fucking murder people in the it's already happening. We've got people getting murdered in the streets, and they're like, okay, yeah, but it's going to be a nation under God. Like, oh, okay, that's what really matters.
Right. Okay.
Which that wasn't
Yeah,
added to
wow.
money or the pledge until the 1950s under Eisenhower.
Right.
Very sorry, I changed the subject a bit there.
There's no structure here. You can
I
talk about
find
anything
it-
you want.
I find it scary because your country, without saying, I was talking about this earlier on about their corruption level. They're down to number 29 in the world for honesty and decency. We were looking at the stats earlier on. Gadwin popped them up, and they're number 29 in the world.
Who is they here?
This is American. Sorry.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Right, America.
USA.
Now that's pretty scary because I don't care what anybody says, including myself. Right? It filters down from America
Yeah.
because they are that powerful.
Right
everything-
now, you're right. Yeah.
Now,
you're absolutely.
because of America's drop in honesty and their rise in corruption, the whole world has gone like that. You can see it in the statistics.
I
It is
agree.
Absolutely.
So you don't have
increased
to.
The corruption statistics.
I completely agree. You don't have to like the United States to admit that they play a pivotal role in all of the world's affairs.
Oh, they do. I like the Americans, but
yeah, but you don't have to.
no.
Is my point.
No,
You
of
can
course,
hate
no.
America and still concede that point.
Yeah. Well, if you hated America, you'd probably agree with it even easier.
Yeah, that's true.
I have a lot of
I
criticisms.
I think
about
it's
America.
scary. I think it's scary, to be honest with you.
It is.
It's quite.
I agree.
I find it quite nervy because of it. Because
Well,
it filters.
that's
it
why
all filters down.
the regime, if you will, of like whoever's in power in the United States, that's why it plays such a pivotal role on the world stage, because
Yeah.
like Trump right now is causing a rise of fascism worldwide, and he's doing
There
what
you go.
fascists always do. He champions them and tries to like make excuses for their egregious actions and shit.
Like
Yeah.
Hungary. No, what's his face? Or Orban.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
And who I hate the most, Javier Milei, I believe.
Oh,
Oh,
I
I
don't know him.
hate that motherfucker.
Who's that?
I can't
Sorry.
remember what country it is. I want to say Argentina, maybe. But
Oh, okay.
Milei is like a hardcore libertarian, but he's like he was the dude that was with Elon Musk when that cringy ass chainsaw thing, where he's like the chainsaw of
I remember that. Oh, that
The
Yeah,
guy
was,
with
he was
really
there.
bad hair.
he should not have been
Yes.
allowed to do that.
And he's very much a dictator, and everything is about fucking corporations. They
Mm.
control everything in his country.
Mm.
Yes,
Yeah, that's-
Argentina.
Trump gave
Yeah,
them
well,
like
but you
$50 billion.
fucked before you start, then, isn't it? I mean, if your whole country is controlled
Australia's hypothetically better. Buddy, we're 12th in corruption compared to America being 29th in
Yeah,
corruption.
but your population is
Ba-dum.
20
So
million.
to be
250.
fair, I'm not a fan of America, but my point, whenever I said what I said a moment ago, was not that America is objectively bad. My point is, even if you think America's bad, it still wouldn't change that we're pivotal to the world.
Oh, well,
Do you know what
countries are better,
surprised
though.
me was
And because you have more population, 30% of 350 million is worse than 12% of.
yeah, but that
I don't
doesn't.
think the numbers work like that, do
doesn't,
they?
amount of population wouldn't
fucking with the
control
math.
your level of corruption, would it?
No, that's what I was saying to
You
the
can have
Stone.
3 people who can be exceptionally corrupt.
No, but if you go with Stone, so
Yeah.
the least corrupted ones were more your Scandinavian countries and South Korea.
Yeah, that's why they're happiest countries in the world.
Exactly.
This
Well,
was just to answer Stone Snapbuild's hypothetical question in the chat.
Mhm.
He wanted a hypothetical, so I gave
Yeah.
him
Okay, sorry.
an answer. So I wasn't meaning to direct or derail the topic.
Finland.
you're fine. And I do try to include chat, so you're please interact with people, because half the time I don't even see it because I'm ADHD.
Just answer Finland.
Hey, Daddy.
I would say, don't surprise me about all this corruption thing. Is that America 29th? UK is 20th. Now I live in UK. This is a thing I'm trying to get around. Right? Is I don't notice it.
Mhm.
We're 20th in the world for corruption, and I didn't notice. All I see is little bits. Somebody is not charged enough for their house that they, somebody in government has done something stupid, but it's only a little bit financially, and they've gained, like, they've had a free airplane ride and stuff, that kind of thing, small stuff.
Yeah, but Mal, he's just
We-
asking what
we don't
country's
see-
better.
Sorry?
He's just asking what country's better than America. If
Yeah,
America,
I'm just explaining that I don't understand why Britain is 20th, because I don't know why.
I don't
I
either.
think it,
I can
Come
see
down.
why America is. That's not hard. 29th, right? But why
Yeah.
is Britain at 20th? If you look at Britain, what the fuck? We've got a couple
Those
of
damn
divs in
Tories.
government.
those
And a
Tories are
couple of
really fucking
people-
things up.
But the Tories are not there.
So
Tories are non-existent.
I'm all over the place. So bring me back on track. What specifically is this ranking of?
It's a corruption index.
Corruption. So
Yeah.
it may have to do with the things that are related to the freedom of speech issues. Like, for example,
Right.
from my perspective, I don't know a lot about it, but from the little that I've followed, it seems like the government is directly involved in trying to use these, like, hey, we're trying to fight racism and stuff, but that's actually bullshit. And they're actually trying to take away people's freedoms. They're also increasing surveillance, and they're doing like Discord shit. Like Discord's crap that became such a big deal stemmed from UK due to your laws.
I know that surveillance-wise, we must be about the most surveilled country in Europe. We must be. Can't be far.
And that's that is like, you can't take surveillance and separate it from corruption. Like they're
Well, they're so slowly social engineering everybody. So there's a little bit at first, and then they add a little
Back in a
more,
sec.
and a little, and people just start ignoring it.
and they always start small and use some sort of bullshit excuse, like we're protecting children, and that's and then once you lose that freedom, it takes a lot of fucking work to get it back.
That's like under Bush. We ended up with the NSA, TSA, ICE.
Yep.
And all those freedoms are gone now.
I've been digging into something. I may have something. I know you love disagreements, Mal. Maybe you wouldn't disagree with me, but maybe you will. I've been digging into DEI, and I think I've completely changed my mind on it.
We fell down that.
I wouldn't call myself anti DEI, but well, let me be specific. DEI
DEI again?
is
I forgot.
DEI is diversity, equity, and inclusion, and it's
Okay.
generally a corporate
Inclusion and
thing.
equality.
Yes, and now to be clear, I'm 100% on board with the rhetoric of what DEI is supposed to do. My issue is based on the studies that I've been able to dig up, it does not work. In fact, it makes things worse.
Well, in
Go ahead.
principle, it's supposed to be just like the law. So like a corporation, they can't hire a guy because he's white and not hire the other guy because he's black. Or
Yes.
the that's the diversity part. Inclusion, that would be what everybody, like gay, whatever.
Yes.
And then the
And-
equality part's women and males. Like they can't discriminate against.
So this is what I mean. I completely
So it's
agree
just
with
equal
everything you just said, but that's not what it does. At least in practice, what it does, and there's studies to back this up. In any major corporate structure where DEI was heavily implemented, it increases racial tension, and it also increases I don't want to say violence. What do you
I
call?
love how you guys call it DEI and we just call it like equal human rights.
Right. Well, that's not what it is. That's my problem with
no.
it. Is what you
not.
want and what you're talking about is great, but what DEI specifically does, like you could even say that it's designed to fix problems, and I'm 100% on board with fixing those problems, but it doesn't. That's the issue.
Well, it's not supposed to really fix a problem. Like you're not supposed to focus on hiring only gay people or only women or anything.
I agree. I agree.
It's supposed to be just rules that you cannot discriminate against any of those
Yes.
groups.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm on board with that. But when it gets implemented, it just causes tension. It causes friction and causes more animosity and fights. And it makes people now, like whether or not this is true is
that's how we do it here.
But whether or not this is true is beside the point. It makes people feel like as if they're like it's a racist thing. So, okay, we could say that's not actually what it's doing, and that's the case you're making. That the point is it's causing this, and it's pervasive. It's happening everywhere.
Mate, you live in a multicultural country. It's not diversity by force. You already have your diversity.
It's not diversity by force.
It's supposed to stop a lot of things.
Maccabags is written in chat. Sorry, brother.
We had
Stone
slavery.
Snap Hills wrote DEI is diversity by force, and exactly, that's fucking wrong. You've already got your diversity, man. You've got to accept it rather than keep it segregated. It's these segregations that are unwarranted.
I think
mentality that
sometimes that kind of, not that particular thing, but the segregations are important. If you're trying to employ people with a particular level of expertise,
all right, give me an example that's not racist.
You know, no. Can I give you?
If I need
can I give you an example that's not racist? If you have 50 people who are qualified to do the job and very well qualified to do the job, and 30 people who are very well qualified to do the job, how do you give the job that's not discriminatory to one of the 30 and not the 50?
I don't understand. Didn't you say there was 50 positions of 30 people? I'd give them all the job.
Yeah,
or is it the other way around?
You have to give them by the government rules.
Yeah, I know, but
right. So it's impossible to employ the
I
best
didn't have
of
enough
the best.
Well, no,
information
when
there.
they have like DEI initiatives,
No,
it's like saying they
you
want to,
train
they gotta make sure
people.
they have,
You don't have to
like,
get the
say,
best of the
No, you
best.
don't train them; they're already trained.
no,
You're
DEI
employing graduates.
initiatives are different though. So
You
like, if they
train
have
them
an
to your
You know,
initiative,
company
you're employing
regardless.
graduates, and they've all graduated with a first class degree, and they're all turning up there now. Which one are you going to employ? Are you going to employ the one who's best for the job, or the one who's the DEI?
well, no, that's not
I
how this
guarantee
works.
you, if the
Yeah, that's
government
not
are
how it
offering
works
you
here either.
more money to employ the DEI, that's the one you're going to
No,
employ.
no, DEI
Don't
initiatives
tell me
is
any
saying,
different, because it'll
let's
be a lie.
hire 10 black
No,
people, 4
especially
gay
if it's someone
people,
at that
and
level,
like
you'd get
20
more money
women.
by
Yeah. So
utilizing them
hold
properly.
on. There's a lot of nuance here. On the hard right, you're going to
Yes.
hear people say that it's enforcing quotas that are racist. That's not true. In fact, quotas are illegal. They've never been legal.
No, I'm not talking
Uh,
about racism. I'm talking about ability.
No, well, I'm saying DEI, like when they're focused on
Are you
hiring
employing?
a certain number of people of those different groups. Like
No,
they have
you,
diversity
you,
initiatives, like universities supposedly have, where like they gotta hire, bring in so many black students or so many Asian or so many like
yes.
yeah, some
gay and all that stuff.
disabled people.
And that was shut down as illegal by the Supreme Court. And as far as I know, that's not a thing in universities anymore because they
Does
were
it? Does
they
it?
were targeting Asian people. Well, they weren't targeting; they were trying to do what they thought was good, but it ended up being prejudice against Asian people who were their merit was more than the people that they were trying to uplift, and so Asian people were getting shafted as a result.
I wonder. I wonder how many
Yeah.
people would be up in arms if they knew that the Asian people were more qualified to get the job than they were. If you normal white graduate or whatever, talking about graduate jobs,
But
the Asian guys are usually more qualified because they're sharper, they're brighter, they are
Yeah.
more
Well, no,
educated. I don't give a
they're
fuck
more
what anybody says.
disciplined. So
right?
they're disciplined because of their parents. The parents are usually very strict and focusing on education and things that are like
Yeah.
useful as adulthood versus letting their kids play video games all day.
That is true, but regardless of what caused them to get to that point, they tend, on average, to be more suited for the job market. That's just
Yeah.
how it works.
Yeah.
And so
Absolutely.
they should, if we live in a meritocracy, there should be more of them per percentage.
Where
than,
are
like,
all the
most
Asians?
other
Well,
groups.
hang on, let me look at the population of them actually in America. Oh, I did post the corruption thing in the private chat, so if you want to pull
Yes,
that
you
up.
did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
don't see. Oh, there it is.
I'm
Okay,
finding this
so
DEI thing very, very sus.
well, so the Asian
I'm
population of America is 7%. So it
Mhm.
should be about 7% in universities of Asian people, which isn't a very big number, and African Americans only make up 14%.
right. Well, now we can't really tell because it, like, again, the Supreme Court ruled that it was illegal and fixed that
Mhm.
problem. At least I think it was a problem.
I think
So
DEI is terrible.
I don't agree. Like, I agree with, like, when Gadwin talks about it, when Odd said his piece on it, I completely agree with every single thing they say. But
I hope you disagree with me.
in practice, that's not what it does. That's my problem with it. And I'm not the extreme right person that says that it's like it's like
What's the problem with it?
the
It
problem.
does here, though, Trobes. We have less of the racism factor inherent in our system, though.
Well, we
and
don't have
you
the we
guys
don't have the
inherently
history of
have
it.
that. So
Right,
I
and
understand
so
why it
maybe I
does
would
have
be
the
completely
effect.
on board with your specific version, like
I'm not
probably.
saying you have to, but yeah.
Right. And I probably would. But like in specifically in the United States, according to these studies, the problem that it seeks to solve, it does not touch. In fact, it makes it worse. And
Well, here I
so
just got the data. So Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders students represent approximately 6.3% of all college students.
okay.
So that makes they're actually about on. So 7% of the population is Asian. That's
We actually have a lot of them
Given,
fly here to
given,
Adelaide,
given
go to our
the
universities.
yeah,
A
but
lot of the wealthy Asians come here to
students
get
is
educated.
irrelevant. Students is irrelevant, isn't it?
Huh?
What
What?
we really want is the amount of percentage of Asians who get the high-powered, nice jobs at the graduate
Yeah,
level.
So, well, that percentage is relevant. It's just we need additional data. We need to compare that number to how much they crop up in like corporate structures or like, do they get the job? That's the
compared
question.
to blah blah blah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do they get a
exactly.
job? Yeah.
And
Students is
that's going to
irrelevant.
take a little more work to
Because
find.
the amount of Asian or students you have is like us. We have loads and loads of Japanese students here. But do they stay here when they graduate? Do they go away? Do they get the high-powered jobs? You know,
Oh, I'm
the
sure they
amount
do.
of Asian students is irrelevant to how many of them get the kind of jobs that we are actually talking about, the DEI jobs. You know?
Right.
Well, Asians really don't really get lumped into as much of that as, say, African Americans or Latinos or the gay or women.
Mhm.
Like Asians kind of get overlooked in a lot of that.
Yeah, and there are elements.
Surprisingly, because Asians tend to, on average, earn more than everybody else. Isn't that strange?
There are elements of
growth.
DEI that we incorporate that we have a traditional structure, and it's become, or it was before Trump attacked it. It was like considered business as usual. This is the practice through like HR, and there's elements that I do agree with, and that is like teaching people about like subconscious biases and how that impacts their decisions and shit like that. I think that should be taught. No problem with it.
Yeah, that point.
So the issue, okay. One thing that crops up, this is a slightly different topic. I'll go ahead and say that ahead of time. But my issue is some people, not all, but some people that champion this sort of diversity sort of push will want something like I'm trying to find a good example. Walmart was an example not too long ago to where they had like 2 white people and like 2 black females and like 3 black males. Now the issue, it sounds perfectly great. The issue is when you push this sort of thing, if you're actually fighting to address like some sort of like systemic racism or something, you're going to expect the end result to look proportionate to the population. Now, the example I just gave, of course, I didn't do it perfectly, but the point I'm making is you would see what it would be like. I don't know the exact numbers, like 60%. Like, what's the white population in the United States? Like, roughly, what's the percentage?
Probably like 60-some%.
Okay, so just right off the top of my head, this is bullshit, but still, it would be like you would see like 60% in positions of power if that's your stated goal, and that's what they claim their goal is. But we don't see that. We see like a minority that's like 20% of the population, and they're holding like 50% positions, and it kind of destroys the whole narrative.
Well, see, now it's kind of different where I work. So I work in a place where it's probably about 1/3 white people, 1/3 African, and 1/3 Latinos, and we all get along great. Like, except for like at lunchtime, you'll see that they'll break up into their own ethnicity basically at each table because they speak the same language, and then you hear them speaking their language, and they have.
I find in our country that immigrants tend not to integrate properly.
Oh, like I get along great with all of them.
To a very great degree. Yet,
I think it depends on the specific ethnicity, like, and it also depends on the clash of cultures. So some cultures mesh well together because their values and everything tend to be similar. And other cultures are like, fuck you, this is how I do my shit. And I'm like, then you're right. It does cause at
Yeah,
least more of a
people
clash.
are. We've just had local elections here, and people are complaining and bringing up conspiracy theory stuff that I don't know whether it's true or not. That the Muslim areas that are predominantly Muslim are voting in one direction to
Mhm.
get the candidate that they want elected. Um, but my own personal opinion of that is people are complaining that's corrupt, that it shouldn't be like that. And my own personal opinion is that's democracy.
Well,
Get
yeah,
over it.
they think it's corrupt because it's not what benefits
Not
them.
white.
Exactly. And so like uh
Yeah,
there's absolutely
democracy,
nothing
get
wrong
over
with
it.
that. I see nothing wrong with that. That's
No.
exactly as it should be.
I think the people in the area might find it scary, but hey, get over it. You know, it's democracy and that's the way it is my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not fucking good on politics.
I don't think this is
Mhm.
I think this particular one is entirely opinionated. It's not based on
Mhm.
fact at all, so you can't really measure it objectively. So
Yeah.
your opinion's as good as anyone's.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah. I just yeah, I don't see this DEI thing as a great thing. Like, I really don't.
I like the idea behind it, but I think that like
I don't think it's necessary.
the
I just think that somebody
problems
walks in the office and they apply for the job, they sit down in a chair, you give them a glass of water, you have an interview with them for your half hour, three-quarters of an hour, or whatever it is. Now, I know I'm talking about higher level
It's
jobs.
naturally going that
And
way
you
anyway.
pick who's good
Each
to do the
generation is
fucking
less
job.
racist,
It's not
less
hard.
sexist, and
That's
less
true.
homophobic. So it's naturally occurring. It's
Mhm.
because we've had a long history of racism with segregation. We had the women's suffrage movement in the 1920s, and
Yeah.
we had the anti-gay stuff up until like the 1970s, where people were lynching gay people. Like,
Mhm.
so there's a reason for this DEI. It's just it should
I
be
know
safeguards
that. Yeah,
to
yeah,
protect
I
those
know that.
people, not enforceable things
I
that
just
companies
think
have
it's
to.
I just think they just need to get rid of all the other shit. And
So
then you don't need DEI.
again, I
It's
agree with
naturally going that
everything
way.
you're saying, and I agree that things are moving in this direction
Oh,
anyway.
I don't agree.
My thing
Everybody's
is
agreeing with me.
No,
my
Gen
thing is we
Z
need
is
a better method of addressing the problem because this does not do
what
anything
the
except piss
natural
people
thing
off.
is, like,
Can you
video
not
games.
think that? Right, look, I'm not a business guy. I'm not no genius or anything like that. Do you not think that if I'm applying for a job with you, okay, and I send my CV in, blah blah blah, right? And you don't know what fucking color I am, what race I am, or what my IQ is. All you see is my CV. And you go, oh, I'll interview this guy, and this guy turns up, right? And I'm purple with green spots, and I come from Uranus, and I sit there and I go, I can do this, blah blah. And you go, oh, this is great, marvelous. And do you give a fuck, really, if I'm the best candidate that you've ever seen to do this job? What my blue skin and green dots
It
coming
depends
from
on
Uranus?
it
Doesn't
depends on the
matter.
person is the answer to that question. So the reason why we have this, I understand the left point of view. It's because there are racist pieces of shit that
Yes,
do
yeah,
have preferential treatment, even in corporate
yeah.
structures. So they're looking to kind of solve that problem. My issue is I don't think it does that.
I mean, it's just naturally occurring though, because
it's shit.
Gen Z is the least racist. They're the least homophobic. They're the least sexist. Like this new generation, and I mean, the millennials are pretty based too, where it comes to like anti-racism, anti-homophobia, and shit like that.
Well, unfortunately, you're right about that, but I think unfortunately we're heading the wrong direction with trans. And by the way, that maybe this could be a talking point if you guys want to talk about it. The Democrats are trying to throw trans under the bus because they're running with this bullshit narrative that that's the reason why Kamala lost.
Which, I mean, this whole trans thing.
No,
I mean,
I heard that
they make
the
up less
reason
than 1%.
I
of the
heard
whole
that the
population.
reason Kamala lost was because she was a black woman running against a white guy.
Yeah, well, a lot of it was because she was a woman, and that's where that old sexism.
She's a black woman.
Some of it,
running against a white
in fact, like my aunt, I debate her all the time. She just comes out and says it. She's like, she's a woman. Like we're not ready for that. We like, and she'll come up with other things like she's not suited to be a president.
Given
England had
that
the King of
America,
England for 80 years. Like England literally had a woman leader for 80 fucking years.
yeah,
And
but
the-
given that America is only about 250 years old or whatever, you know, it's not hard to understand that they haven't got there yet. Is
well,
it?
it's because of old white men holding on to power. That's why we haven't
Right.
got there.
Yeah, they always have. Yeah, so it's not difficult to understand that they wouldn't accept a woman, and not only is she a woman, she's a black woman in America. It's not hard to understand that might happen.
I agree that
I don't agree that's the reason. I'm just saying,
right.
You know.
I agree that like it's not crazy or profound that we have this problem, but I don't agree that it has anything to do with the age of the country, because the age of the country, like people don't all of a sudden they're born and like every single idea that they'll ever have is like started right then.
No,
Like our culture came from like Europe, and like so my point is like the age of the country isn't really relevant here. At least I don't think it is.
Yeah, we're building off the knowledge of.
I think it is.
Well, it may play a small role, but I don't think it's like.
I mean, I think I
What's
could
our language,
turn around.
Mal? What's the language in America?
I could turn around and say, well, you had your slavery and all the rest of it. We had it at the same time.
Well, you're the reason for it. Like a lot of the first slaves in America were brought here by the English.
Yes, yeah. I know all that stuff.
They just called them indentured servants.
I just think that you know, people were shooting bows and arrows and stuff when we were sailing boats around the world. It's not difficult to understand. America is still a very 250 years is a very young country. You know, we've got houses over here that are older than that, for fuck's sake.
Well,
I don't disagree with that. My only point is that we didn't start with the country. Like that's just not how it works.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, we were seeded by Spain, England, France.
Yes, yeah.
The colonial powers of the time.
I'm just saying, as a general thing, it's a young country that's still learning how to deal with stuff that other countries like France and like UK have.
Remember earlier when we were talking about women voting, we passed women's voting rights 8 years before England.
Yeah, well, you were fucking stupid when the women, for fuck's sake. How dangerous can you get? No wonder you're fucked.
Actually, it was more of a ploy to the Republicans, I think. Or ones that were big with that, because before a vote came down to the household, so one household basically had a vote, and they divided that up and made it so each household now has 2 votes.
Yeah,
so it gave more votes to one opponent versus the other.
I just think I'm not trying to say everybody's fucking sick and doesn't know anything. I'm just saying that like we have houses over here that people live in now that are older than America. As America. No, what I'm saying is,
Iran's the oldest empire in the world history. Like Iran's the first empire.
No. I'm trying to say that, like somewhere like the UK, kind of, they just got more experience and more background to look at than America has. So America might go, and they might look at Britain for an example or something, but simply because it was before their time,
I mean, England's pretty much fallen off the map. Like after World
War that doesn't matter.
You guys,
that doesn't matter. It's immaterial. No, it's irrelevant. I'm talking about like they'd look at a British thing like an Egyptian thing or a Greek thing, for example. They could look at a Greek thing for democracy or something like that, I'm not explaining this very well. I'm not saying like the UK or Britain, their empire, as anything better than the American empire. I'm just saying in the American 250 years.
I know, I get that.
We've got houses here older than that.
I know,
People
but
live
look
in
at what you
houses.
have is stolen from other cultures.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
London was
So
a
what I'm saying
Roman
is that
settlement.
America can take from that.
Well, every country takes from what they can from other countries and applies
Yes,
it to
they
their
should do.
situation.
Exactly. So America then has still got a lot to take and a lot to learn from.
Yeah, but if you
Yeah.
look at places like Iran, I mean, they're
Am I not saying
thousands of
this
years old.
properly?
I mean,
Am I not
they're
saying
not
this?
really
Yes.
advanced.
Yeah. Where do you think Britain learned from? That's what I'm saying.
Well, stole from, you should say.
250 years, for fuck's sake. Yeah, my grandmother's older than that.
I understand your point. I just don't think it's relevant at all. I don't think
Yeah,
it,
it's
it
not.
like
I think
by
it
the
is.
way, like you could be like, oh, you're just
You
saying
can't
that
learn
because you're in America. Like I talk more shit about my country than anyone.
No,
Like,
no,
I'm not
no.
trying to defend it. It's just
I-
I don't think age has anything to do with anything.
Oh, I think it does. Yeah, I think
Fair.
being around long enough to be able to learn it from others, because we all stand on shoulders, blah blah blah.
Yeah, but
and
the
apply it.
the
you know?
point I made earlier still holds true. It's not that like, hey, we started a government in the very beginning of when the United States became the United States, and we literally know nothing before that. Everything that was known by like Europe when we came there was known when we came to the United States. Like it's not like we started anew. We didn't have to learn everything from scratch. So
You
it's
didn't.
like it's irrelevant. Like
Well, okay. I would argue that your founding fathers would disagree with that.
what do you
'Cause
mean?
that's why they sat down and worked it all out.
Well, okay, so the specific
Am I
form
wrong,
of
or
government
if I'm
and
wrong,
all of
say
it.
fine.
Well, no. The specific form of government and everything. I'm not trying
Yeah.
to say it wasn't like new. It was,
Mm.
but like it's not like it's like everything involving governance and like everything involving like potential problems of like state power, all of that. It's not like all of that was unheard of. Like they knew
No,
the
of course not.
issues
Yeah.
before they started
And where
trying
did they
to,
come from?
huh?
Where did
Well,
they come from?
America's primarily based off of Rome.
They weren't Americans, were they?
Rome
Well,
is
some of them
American.
were,
We're the
Americans.
Republic.
But where did they get that stuff from? Did they get it from Rome?
Well,
Give
I
me
th-
that,
a lot
Well,
of it came
history.
from Rome. Yes, but like,
Yeah, and
but
they
a huge
brought a
chunk
lot
of
with
it came
them.
from the UK, and
Yes.
specifically, a lot of it was to counter what they didn't like in the UK.
Right.
Yeah, like freedom
yes.
of like
Exactly.
religion in
Exactly
England
the
was
thing.
very extreme.
So now America, maybe I'm just talking. Yeah, I could be talking bollocks. Talking like I need
Yeah, you
to.
do
Talking
that
like
a
I need
lot.
to pee. But I'm saying like America taking that. They haven't got their own thing where we don't need all this shit.
We're the leader
You
of the
have your
world. We surpassed
constitution.
you
You have
we
the thing that
surpassed you
the
in
founding
everything.
fathers. Sorry.
So your whole thing is we're young, but England's 1,099 years old. America's 250, but yet we surpassed you in every metric possible.
Yeah, you can do. Who did you learn from?
Everybody.
Yeah,
America was built by the Asians.
that's
was
my whole
maintained
point.
by the Africans.
But
That's my point.
but
Maybe
the red
after
man.
250 years, you still have a lot to learn about getting it right.
But
That's
that's
all I'm
still,
No.
well, but hold on. That's still like you're like that's my whole point. That's my whole point. That we take from history to learn and to grow means that we didn't start at the beginning of like the United
nobody did.
States. So it means that's irrelevant. It
Yeah,
doesn't
this
matter.
isn't Sid Meier's civilization where every country starts at a base with 5 villagers and builds up from that.
I'm obviously no. I'm obviously not putting it across properly. So
If you're trying to say that it plays some role, the age of the nation, absolutely. I wouldn't deny that, but I don't think it's like some.
I think your country is so what would you say? I think your country is chaotic.
Oh, that's
No.
for sure.
And I
think
think
so.
The media makes it seem that way, but it's
yes, it does.
350 million
Just to
people
me.
with about as much like square mileage as Europe. So think of all of Europe combined into one big country, and then think of all.
Oh yeah, but I could say that about Africa. It's absolutely massive, and it would eat America. Area-wise,
chaos-wise, like Civil
yes,
War.
but
chaos-wise, it's bonkers.
But I think the same point is like that comparison is the whole point from Gadwin's perspective. Like
Okay.
in Africa, the exact same size, you would see like warring tribes and like you don't have that in the United States. It's sort of it's together.
So?
I don't know.
Unified.
Politically, we're very divisive, but like we don't have each other. We're not killing each other.
Well,
head there.
There is.
I know what you mean.
I
get that.
That's true.
I get that. I would ask a question. I know I'm completely diverted the fucking conversation now, but I would ask a question as to why when your government, who are the top of the tree in the White House and all this, and they give out this has to be done like this, that. But it's okay if you don't want to do it because you're not California or you're not Philadelphia. So what we'll do is we'll let you do what you want. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. I find that really weird. If my government said everybody has to do this as a law, everybody fucking does it.
So I am more in agreement with you. And
that's weird.
What I say, like, it is true that sometimes a federal ruling can be something that I disagree with. But like as a general rule of thumb, what is wrong, like what is right and wrong isn't dependent on your location. And that's why I don't like state rights arguments.
It's weird.
Because like
if I live in Texas and I can't have an abortion, if I go over to sorry, my American geography is shit. I go over to the next state, they'll give me it for nothing.
You're right. So I think to try to steel man their argument, I think it's about democracy because every region like Texas is going to have a very different demographic of people and values than say New York.
Does that work? I don't get that.
It's because
how does an American differ from another American?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that, but it's very obviously true because take your average New Yorker and compare them to your average Texan. It's a massive difference.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
To be fair, I live on the 9th biggest island in the world. What the fuck do I know about America? There are states in America that would like, you know.
Well, I still maintain that I don't agree with this. Not that anybody here is making the case, but I don't agree with this logic that you can't talk about a place if you're not from there. That's just dumb to me. Like,
no, I just
you have every right to
questions.
Yeah, you have every right to have any opinion you want.
It comes to things like moral issues or stuff like that, I might disagree. But in general, I'll ask questions because I have no fucking clue. But there are people that living in states that are bigger than my whole country, you know. And we have Scotland, England, Ireland, and Wales. That's 4 countries, and there are states in USA that will go, "Is that all you got?" You know.
That's true.
So I can't say anything about that. And there are like 50 of these fuckers.
I don't think that's really relevant either. Like.
Oh, I do.
The size of the country doesn't in any way like make your opinion any less valid because you come from a smaller country.
No. What I was saying is there are like 50 of these fuckers. You know, I go, what the hell is going on here? And like somebody over there. It might take 2 days to get down to drive to see my family down by there. No. 9-10 hours, my country's done. Yeah? So opinions are going to differ in that situation. Well, they do anyway in my country. Even accents change. We've got so many accents, it's insane, right?
Yes, and
I'm just finding that in general, how I just don't understand how a country can have people picking and choosing their own laws to follow. That's just bonkers to me.
People have always done that. I mean, even if it's a king making the laws, that's still people
I know
making
people
the
have done
laws.
it. Yes, yeah, for sure. No, and I'm not talking about kings. You haven't got a king, Gads.
Well, we have a
Yeah, we
dictator.
do.
We've got a king. Sorry, my bad.
We
And I only
don't.
just learnt this week that you've never had a black president either. You've had a mixed race president.
Yeah,
That's true.
he was a Pacific Islander. I don't know how
All
people
right.
couldn't
His
tell.
mum was white.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Just-
Yes, now. Yeah, got me by surprise too. Exactly
Yeah, I
like
don't
that.
know.
Oh,
I would
okay.
have a follow-up question and say,
Step. I mean, we got half a black man.
I would. My follow-up, my first follow-up question is, why does it matter?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I added that at the end. I don't know if you heard. Yeah, it doesn't affect my life.
Well,
Yeah, you said it. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say because it doesn't affect me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we don't want to live in a world where a person is chosen because of their identity. Not
Yeah.
like it kind of, well, I just don't like that way of thinking. I think it'll lead to very bad places.
I can't see it making any fucking sense whatsoever. If I was talking to you and you gave me your opinion, I thought your opinion was right. Would I give a shit if you were blue or green dots?
Well,
You wouldn't, but some people would. That's the issue.
The new generation, this is how they're learning a lot. Like, so in video games, they get to interact with people. Like, I used to have a PvP team where I had a guy from Iraq or Iran, another guy was from Canada, and then myself. I mean, we all got along because we had same interests and we were respectful to each other, and we had hell of fun playing PvP together.
Well, I think that's natural. Like one of the easiest tonics to racism is quite simply to introduce the threat in their head, because that's what it's based on. Like introduce them to each other. Like it'll quickly turn out that they'll learn, hey, they're just people just like me, and you'll like find commonalities and shit.
I wonder. I have only two little things. That how many people playing, say, Counter-Strike 2 are all on screen, and it's getting on great, and it's fucking marvelous, and this and that and the other, and all of a sudden somebody shows a picture, and they're as black as coal.
Whoa! I didn't sign up for no freaking black dude up on my screen, dude.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't care. I
have
don't.
a second thing. Here's one way of starting to get rid of racism. Okay, I won't call Trobs white if he doesn't call me black. Just call Trobs a man, and I'll be a man.
So that is the sort of conservative argument that, like, if we want to get rid of racism, stop turning it into this big ass deal. Morgan Freeman kind of goes into this. He's a black. Well, you might know who he is. He's a black celebrity. Yeah, and that's his position.
Okay.
There may be some legitimacy to that, and I do believe that the left, not all of the left, but certain subgroups, I guess, are so extreme that they foment racism simply by making it literally everything. It's like all they talk about. And that's kind of a problem in and of itself.
Well, see, that's where, like, when I'm at work, like, most of the people I work with are not white. Like, in my area, like, it's mostly black dudes, a couple black ladies. Like, two of the main ladies I work with every day are black ladies from Africa. Like, I get along great with both of those. We're all respectful. The one, like, I call her my wife, and she calls me her husband at work. It's funny because she'll yell at me. I'm like, "Yes, wife," and then I'll go and do it or whatever. But and then my boss lady, she's Hispanic, and a lot of the big boss ladies in there are actually Hispanic. They get shit done. They don't take no shit. They're like, "Hey, now get it done."
So I do have issues, but it's never based on color. To me, anytime I have an issue, it's based on language. I'm a very language-based person, not like insult-wise, but like if a person comes to me and they're like, "What is you doing, bruh?" Dude, no. Like it has nothing to do with your fucking color, but I don't speak that shit. Like
well, it's
I
their
won't
culture
speak
too.
that.
I know.
I understand that, and like, but still, it doesn't. it won't change how I feel about it. Like,
Respect's pretty universal though. In every culture, respect. If you're respectful to people, then you're respectful back. I mean, you're going to get along great. It's when you hold on to stupid biases from your culture against their culture, and then that's where the conflict starts.
To say that, you know, you did call him dude at the end of the day, like.
Dude. Oh my god, my son used to call me bruh.
I win.
Bro, always, oh my god, I was like, you say bro to me one more time, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
Yeah,
Well,
why does that matter?
Dude doesn't follow under the umbrella of shit stuff because dude is actually awesome. Like, it can't be
the dude.
Leper. I was talking to a guy in chat called Leper. I don't know if you know him, and he was telling me about words that youngsters say from like 2010 and stuff like that. And he was talking to these mates, I don't know, blubber gabber or whatever, you know. And I go, what the hell does that mean? He said, this is the way they talk from that era, from about 2010, 2015. And I didn't have a fucking clue what you were talking about. It's a different language. Are they supposed to be going, hey, don't talk to me like that, you fucking div, if you can't talk proper English? But as far as they're concerned, they are.
Well, no. They are very well aware that this is slang, that it's not actual language. They know
that's their language. I know, but it's their language. Why shouldn't I converse with them? Why, you know, it's like, there's no difference between speaking proper English between me and you, which I can't do anyway, but, you know, and speaking Dutch to a Dutch guy.
Well, to be clear, I would never say like if I were president that you're not allowed to use these words. I'm simply saying that I don't want to talk to you if you use these words. There's a difference between those two things.
Yeah.
Like I have every right.
Difficult.
I have every right to decide, like, to have my criteria for what I want in other people.
Absolutely.
And the reason why I do that is because there's a correlation with your language and other things like your values and your way of thinking. And by the way, like this isn't like me being like a boomer or some shit. Like, I'm a millennial and like I had my slang and now I don't like it because of the new generations. I hate slang even during my, like, I like bay and shit. That's millennial jargon, and I hated it just as much.
I never got into any of that.
Dude's not a slang.
What?
Dude's not a slang.
It is, but it's different. And I'll explain why. It's actually pretty easy to lay out.
Yeah,
so dude has been around since the 60s, maybe even before.
Yeah,
it is no longer slang. It is now like incorporated into colloquial usage.
Right. So if these guys are using slang that you don't like and you don't understand and you don't want to converse with in 60 years, it might be mainstream.
And see, if it comes to a
you will have no argument.
So I also have exceptions for certain words like simp, for example. And the reason why I have an exception for it is because there's no other word that can describe what it means as simply or as efficiently.
YOLO.
And dude sort of falls into that category too. It's not just a random word that's supposed to be cool. I don't know, it conveys a certain.
It just reminds me of the teacher teaching language, and he said you've got yes and you got yes. You can have a double positive, but you can't have a double negative that is used in the same way. And the student at the back shouted, "Yeah, right."
Well, it's like Canadians, like when Canadians, every time they ask you a question,
I don't understand. But go ahead, Gadwin. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Like in Canadians speak, they're like every time they have a question, they have A at the end. What do you think, A? It's like a vocal question mark on their
yeah. Does that put them into the box where you think, no, I'm not going to interlocute.
No, and the reason why is because it's literally, you could call that dialect, because it's something that they didn't pick it up to be like
special pleading.
They didn't pick it up because it's like, this is a fad, some new language, and I want to be cool. That's not how it happened.
But that's how language changes.
At first, they did.
Can you imagine? Have any of you guys ever heard Middle English?
No.
Oh yeah,
You would not understand.
Elizabethan.
You would not understand a fucking word of it. And it's English.
Miss Swan,
Not
I
a
talk
word.
to her. I have a generator. I pop up and I type in what I want to say, and it translates it over to Middle English, and then I
There you
send it
go.
over to Miss Swan.
Go on, Gads.
And
Give us
some of it's
an
just
example,
like,
Gads.
what the fuck? Hang on, I'll get it.
Give us an example, Gads, and I will. This is my argument.
Pretty funny.
Language changes because it just changes, and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
It evolves the same as we do.
Yeah.
And you
I'll
can't
allow the
turn
word
around-
usage
can't
of the
turn around
word
and say, I don't
evolve
want
with
to talk to you
language, even
because
though
you
there's
talk
no.
like this. Yeah, I don't want to
genes.
talk to you because you talk like a 12-year-old. That doesn't come into it. That 12-year-old might have an IQ of 160. You don't know because you won't converse with them because they sound like a div.
You're right, but you're the mistake you're making is you think that the reasoning for this is my belief that they're not intelligent because of the usage.
I agree
that's not my criteria.
I'm projecting a bit of snobbishness on you. Yeah.
Well, you're right about that. It is snobbishness, but it's not based on intelligence. It's like, I simply do not like that shit. It's that simple. It's like, I don't like it. And you can't completely separate
the argument.
You can't completely
somebody's argument.
Well, there's more. There's more to it.
I don't like it.
You can't completely separate like people that tend to use especially a whole lot of these sort of like fad talking words or something, and their personality. This goes back to almost anything we talk about. Like
that could be just the environment they've grown up in. You know, the fact that they don't talk like somebody who's even not like a fancy accent or anything, but just the words they use, like a graduate, an astrophysicist might explain or whatever, doesn't mean that they haven't got the brain of an astrophysicist.
Well, like I said, it's not about intelligence. I don't care about that. Like, well, I do care about intelligence, but that's not.
So why would you not listen to an astrophysicist, or in your case, you seem to be into like the philosophy side of things. Why would you not listen to Daniel Dennett if he had an accent like a trailer trash?
Well, this is actually a really good, like what you just brought up is a good point in my favor. Name a philosopher or a psychologist or anything that uses that use extreme usage, not just like they happen to use "bay" on occasion, but like they are loaded with these sort of fad words. Like you won't find one, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah, because
Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin give a speech where she tries to hit every buzzword possible.
I don't think I would go for Sarah Palin. No.
But she's an idiot.
But that's part of the point. She's trying to get like faux popularity. It's not because like she has anything that's like of any value. She's trying to ride this. Hey, I just used a word that you like that you young people are using. Fuck that. Like that's why I dislike it.
Well, the right
she has, I mean, I don't know about now, but I would say she did have a couple of things of value, but it had nothing to do with the speech. No.
Mal wants her in a room with the lights off. That's about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or on, maybe.
Hey, put the lights off. You can put me in. Never mind. You can put me in a room with a panda, and after a week, I'll fuck it. Right?
Oh, geez, Mal.
What I'm saying.
Don't leave Mal with the dog.
Could any of you guys go through a period where you use the word "bro"? I can't picture it. That's all. That's why I got to ask.
No, it's a modern thing. That's a modern thing.
Yeah, you old.
I pose the word.
Yeah.
I pose the word so much for ages, but I do use the word brother now occasionally.
Yeah.
And that's
I've
well, bro's is a shortened version of that, so it's just
But
Yeah.
bros sounds crap
English
to me,
has always
whereas
been like
brother
shortening of
sounds
words.
more sincere.
It's cutting out that syllable. So it's brother's 2 syllables. You cut it down to bruh, and it's 1.
Absolutely know what
Quicker.
you're talking about,
Yeah, I
but
agree.
in my context here, it just sounds corny.
You're not.
Going bro, whereas brother sounds more sincere, so that's why
Yeah,
that
Well,
gets
if you
used
want
rather than
away
brother.
and you want to get on with your chat, be like, "Hey, bro," instead of "Hey, brother." So it shaves like a whole millisecond off, but it's just it's how language goes. Where
It's yet another pointer towards the dumbing down.
no, I wouldn't say it's dumbing down. People have
You
always
don't
done
need
this.
the word.
Hadn't actually
Learn
even
about-
thought of it that way.
Learn about Latin.
It's a greeting.
Latin was
We've
doing
learned
the
about
same
Latin.
thing. There's
Yeah.
many different Greeks
Yeah,
and stuff.
I've
Philosophers are writing about how the
I
kids
was-
were ruining the language of basically
Latin's
shortening
Before we
words.
twist
adding
too far
slang.
away from brother, I now use it on my. Oh, I haven't. Yeah, I use it on my son now occasionally.
Yeah.
You know, I call him brother, and it's like he was like weirded out at first. I go, oh, I'll consider it more like brother in arms.
I'm
I'd
surprised
be
that
more
is my
cool.
son.
You know,
Like when I'm upset with them and they do something stupid, I'm like, bro, come on.
yeah, exactly. It slips out, man, and you
But
call
the-
him your son, brother. Yeah, rock on, man.
those you can make sense. Like I think the
Yeah.
worst offender for me, I can't even remember what it is, but it's like a fucking number, and it literally doesn't mean anything. It's
6, 7.
Oh, what do you
Is
mean?
that it?
That's
Yeah, what the
thing or whatever.
And then
Oh my god,
Yeah.
there's a on the road or when I'm driving to work in the morning, there's always this stupid ad that comes on about this guy car dealership. The 6, 7 sales event, and they keep saying it like
Oh,
it's some
God.
slang. I'm like, it sounds
So
so
what
weird.
is it? Can you say or not? Like I have no real actual idea concisely. I've just heard of these numbers, and there's a problem with them.
It's a TikTok trend where just kids started saying 6, 7, and it just evolved into this stupid
and
fad.
what bothers me about it is it doesn't
That's it.
have any real meaning. It's just people
Yeah.
just say it. They just say the
Skibbity
fucking
toilet.
word.
Skibbity
I
fucking
thought it was a
toilet, man.
MAGA thing.
Ugh.
Yeah, I thought that it was a MAGA code thing against
No.
the lefties. You know,
it's just words,
you know,
guys.
like that Brandon comment shit.
Well, it
Joe
gets
Brandon or
reactions.
whatever.
So saying stupid things gets a reaction,
I might
and a
be-
lot of people seek bad attention. So
Mhm.
it don't matter if it's good attention or bad attention. Like they just seek attention.
They don't care.
and they
As
get
long as
Yeah,
the picture's
cool.
on the wall, they don't care.
I half gathered that. It was just getting clarification. Like, I don't use 6, 7 in my daily language or
Yeah.
conversations
It doesn't.
ever.
It doesn't matter if as long as your picture's on the wall, it doesn't matter if it's bad or good. That's the thing these days.
Well, so you're right
It is
about
at-
these
at the
days,
moment.
and I rail about that as well. Social media, to some extent, and the way algorithms work, are at least partially responsible for that. And it's not just staying in like YouTube; it's changing how people think. And
Of course it is.
exactly
Yeah.
what you're talking about. It's a fucking problem. Like people don't care. Like
Well,
they're out in real
monetarily
life doing
influenced.
stupid shit just so they can get attention because it doesn't matter anymore whether it's positive or negative.
Yeah.
Well,
you
YouTube
want
famous was
you want to
something that
stand
came
between?
about. You want to become
Sorry?
YouTube famous, and then you made piles of money, like all those early people, like Numa Numa, and all those other early people, like just
Early
made it
people,
big
yeah.
off of one stupid video of being stupid. And
It's the thing these days. You stand
fame.
between
Well,
two
some people
bison.
want fame. I could give
You stand between two bison, and you take a selfie, and everybody thinks it's fucking marvelous until you get shunted 20 feet in the air because the bison
Yeah, but
going, fuck
that-
this.
things like that don't last. But Rick Roll
But they-
videos, like people are
they're
still
all over
doing
the place.
Rick Rolls videos.
It's true.
Yeah, they will last because they were
They're funny.
part of the original
You-
kind of
you
thing.
get all interested in something,
Yeah,
and then
it
you're waiting
evolves.
to see the conclusion.
It-
All of a sudden, dun, dun,
It evolves. See, you don't get the likes for that kind of thing these days.
Oh, people still do. It's just
Ah,
you're
yeah,
not
yeah,
in
so
the
for
social
sure.
media.
Um,
You're not.
You
You're,
get
you're
you
old
get
and
more
analog.
likes. You get more likes if you're cute. You wear a short dress and you go, "Eh, da, 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 a
Well,
little
not
funny
really.
dance.
Not on YouTube. Like, so a lot of places.
Oh
ban
no
that
no
kind of
no
stuff.
no!
Like,
I'm
wait,
I'm
you gotta
talking
go
about
on YouTube and
OnlyFans.
many social media places, they've learned more so than in the past that anger, outrage, fear get the most clicks, and this is like the
absolutely.
negativity bias that humans have,
I
and they
agree.
have turned that into a fucking science.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And some of
Social
them are
engineering.
very good. Yeah, some of them are very good at it. Yeah, yeah. They get a lot of
YouTube,
views.
or not YouTube, Facebook's the big one for that. Like they amplify anything that's controversial or anything like that
Mhm.
because it gets the most clicks. which then
YouTube
gets
has
them the
gone
most-
weird for me because you get all like some sort of curse words and kill word or something.
Well, that's
And
because people.
everybody says things like unalive. What the
Wait,
fuck is
that's by
unalive?
the
For
censors.
fuck's
So
sake.
a lot of
I-
people don't monitor like on. So when you create videos on YouTube, you can set your content be 18 or older, and that
Mhm.
doesn't have really any limitations on what you could do.
Oh,
Like
okay.
if you type in
But if you want people to come and watch it,
artistic nudes or something like that, like
Hmm.
there's like full on like nude photo shoots on YouTube, but you have to have an 18+ account.
or like
Yes.
oh, okay.
So,
Autistic
so
nude
it
golf
is
throwing.
true you can get around it, but you can't. It's not easy. Like I
You-
tried setting my account to 18 plus. They still make me choose it each time I upload a video in
Mm.
order to do that. And I can't, like, it's just a pain in the ass.
And if you have to use that, do you get the views and this and that?
No.
Well, no, it
You're gonna
limits
lose a
you
lot
No,
of
of
views.
course you don't. Of course you don't.
because it's not going to get propagated to the top because it's not for
Yeah.
all audiences. And
Right.
Of course.
corporations
Yeah.
are about maximizing audience
So
bases.
where did
to
free
make the most
speech go?
profit. Well, it's not about free speech. It's about money. This is a money-making
It's
platform.
about free speech, not money.
No, it's not free
Money,
speech. It's
money
about
is
money.
the detriment of that free speech. No, I think that where did free speech go? If you
Well,
have
no,
this
they're
free speech
capitalizing
thing,
on creators. So
yeah,
think
but
of
if you
YouTube like a
have,
film studio, and instead of having actors that you have to pay millions of dollars, everybody creates their own content and uploads it for free. And
Yeah.
at some point, if they get enough like retention that the company is making money from it, then they start giving
Okay.
you a profit off of it.
yeah, but
And so now they have billions of users
my
creating content for them.
I have a big thing about free speech because if you don't have free speech, you don't have anything else. But what I'm saying is that, like, if they don't have free speech and everybody can do what they want, and you just let people know, like I say, it's an 18 plus or whatever. But even on the 18 plus things, there's a lot of stuff you just can't say.
Because they're
Yeah.
companies. They're not the
The
public
problem with
space.
free speech is there's too much coercion by other forces around these days,
Well,
so you
it's
don't
ads.
actually
It's
have your
ad
free
revenue.
speech.
So
Hmm.
most of these
You think
bases
that
make
you
their
have
money
free
off ad
speech when you
revenue.
don't.
I
The
agree.
ad-
Yeah,
The
agree.
advertisers will pull their funding if you don't meet their criteria. So a lot of
Right.
the rules
So
come from the
Adverts are
advertisers.
definitely
All in-
coercion.
So
All in
you're
straight
right,
by
but
advert.
to try to steel man their position, if they were to argue with you, they would say that them being able to do that is their free speech.
Yeah, they have the right
No,
as a
I
company
disagree with that.
owner. So if
But
you
that's
make
what
your
they
own
would say.
company,
Why is my free speech
it
my
doesn't equivocate
Yeah, that is a
prerogative?
very
company.
good point, Mal.
What
Why?
is
You have
my
How do
freedom.
how do you define who has the hierarchy of free speech
yeah?
here?
Was
Then?
my prerogative is to curtail your free speech? I'm allowed to
Companies
do
do
Yeah,
that.
not have to give free
that's a
speech. If
very
you go into
relevant
the
and
public
clever
space,
point.
Prerogative. Sorry. Yeah.
like if you go in public space and you see a cop, you can tell that cop to go fuck himself. That's free speech. Like there's no rule he can apply on you to punish you.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
If
That's
And
it's
in
the
the
fact
public
that
government.
10 of his mates are around all tapping their fucking battens in their hands.
It doesn't
That would
matter.
probably
You
have a
can,
bit of an
then you're gonna have a
influence, man.
lawsuit and you're gonna be wealthy for the rest of you're gonna have
If you have
generational wealth from
cameras,
it.
I would actually be
but you know
okay.
what I'm saying.
Would you rather
It's
be
coercion
healthy?
in
Would you
a
rather be
tainted way,
wealthy?
depending on the
Right,
recipient.
Edwin? Would you rather be wealthy for the rest of your life than have the free speech? I'd rather have the free
Well,
speech.
see, money
Ev-
tends to
all
be
day.
free
You
speech.
shouldn't have
So
to test the boundaries to see whether you
there
have free
there should
speech
be
because there's
no
you
control.
I've
have
jumped
No.
into a group of
companies do
cops.
not have to give you freedom of speech. They're private owned entities.
I-
They have rules and regulations.
I agree with that. Like that's how it works. But I would be 100% on board with a federal ruling that no private entity can interfere with anybody's freedom of speech. Period. Like YouTube, Facebook.
As soon
Oh.
as they
They
interfere with
obviously
you,
can, though, Tropes, because of the
yes,
ability to
but as-
coerce.
as-
No. I
And
already
persuade.
no,
I
no.
already said that this is not the case. I'm saying that I would be
Mm.
okay with them doing that, making it to
Okay.
where these corporations couldn't like interfere with speech at all.
As soon
Yeah,
as somebody
but then-
interferes with your free speech, it's no free speech anymore. You're in at least a dictatorship. Straight away.
I can never find a spot where there's true free speech.
there isn't
Not
any.
true free speech. Yeah, exactly.
Only in the
Cool.
public space. Like if you go into the town square, you can say whatever you want, and there's nothing
Isn't
that they
it
can
an
do to you.
illusion, though?
As long as you're not like yelling fire
Yes.
in a movie theater or
Right.
you know.
But they'll get
Yeah.
you later. So it's only an
No.
illusion.
There's so many lawsuits here in America where people like told the cop to go fuck himself and he got arrested for it, and then they turn around and sued the hell out of the cop, and
Yeah,
they
I've
get
heard of those.
So if
I
you're
don't know
talking
the laws well enough. Same with
about
sticking up fingers
people-
and shit. I know the same.
right,
Sorry.
if
Yeah.
you're talking about individuals, yes, they can do things about you saying stuff. But free speech is the purview of government only, meaning that the government can do absolutely nothing about
limit your
whatever
freedom
you
of
say,
speech.
as
Yeah.
long as you're not endangering people or calling for
Mate, it
violence.
is in your country. Free speech is not constitutionally bound here. It's just fucking free speech.
Right.
And free
don't
speech
think about
here means don't get fucking
I saw
coerced.
We
Australia
are-
like
persuaded.
posting memes and stuff is illegal. Like in England, if like you post a
No,
meme,
we don't have
making fun
that
of
shit
somebody-
yet, Gads. None of that crap yet.
Well, I know in England you can get there's multiple people got sent to prison for posting memes.
Yeah,
That is
I've heard
wrong.
the same
That is
too, but that's
so
not happening here. That's the
Not-
First
not
Amendment
now.
or something in whatever.
I think
oh,
we're getting
no, we're
past that. Like we are
Yeah.
getting past the woke thing. You know, I think
Ah.
that and the woke thing we're getting past.
fuck, Astral Rogue still uses woke nearly every day at me, man. It blows me away. I explain to him every once a week or so that this is a non-concept.
Well,
in
woke,
roundabout
woke
ways.
to them is just a general catch-all for anything they don't like. It doesn't
Yes.
mean anything.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean anything.
But try to explain that to them. It
You
gets
can't.
so
Or you
creatively
can't.
funny.
Our biggest.
I enjoy it. Astral's a good fellow. He's all right. I don't mind him for being a righty. He's
Our
an Aussie
biggest,
righty. They're
the-
strange to me.
the biggest advocates in our country for free speech at the moment are cancelled comedians. So, you know, comedians who said
I
a
do
joke
agree.
that everybody doesn't like and they've cancelled them. And these
Well,
are
if they're
the
canceled, how are they on stage telling people about it?
oh no, that's not difficult. They go
There's
on
an
clubs
attempt
and
to cancel them,
people-
but
they are
I would
cancelled.
say that they're
You
not
won't
the
get-
number one. I don't think comedians, I agree with you, but I don't think they're the number one. I think the number one is any sort of educator or person that is seeking to educate people, like even like Ben Shapiro types. If a Ben Shapiro type wants to talk at a university, regardless of whether I agree with them, and people shut that down, I think that's a bigger problem than comedians because they're actually trying to deal with the issues. That they're not using humor as like
I
a
think it's
delivery mechanism.
I think the comedians are at least on a level because they do the same thing.
Well,
only
they can, but they
They
don't
try
always.
to they try to make it humorous, but
That's
they will
true.
do all the political stuff, the unpolitical stuff, the unnice stuff, you know, the racist stuff that Ben Shapiro wouldn't do.
I
They will-
agree, but that doesn't make them more significant. Like they're not addressing
Oh, I-
issues directly. They're doing it
Yeah.
like. And by the way, I'm
I-
not
I
saying
know.
that they're not important. I'm saying I don't think they're as important.
You don't think
Oh, I
that?
disagree.
Oh,
I reckon
just-
they've got the
I
niche
think
where
they
they can
are.
slip in and do far more
I think you've
good
got
for the
people
people
like,
than most.
Yep, George
People pay
Carlin
more
did so
attention.
much. George
Shit,
Carlin
yeah.
spoke truth for
people,
decades.
comedians
Absolutely,
like,
that kind of mentality and thinking. And I don't know how to explain it more concisely scientifically, but
Yeah, I
that
know what
is
you
the
mean.
way I'm going.
Oh, I completely agree with you. I just don't think that surpasses people who are directly dealing with like.
But
They're
we
just
always think
saying
of the people you're going to as corrupt. We don't see the comedians as corrupt.
That's
And
true,
that's
but
a big sort of difference, at least here.
And they're smart. They're good with words. They can put it across.
Yeah,
In
that's
And they
that's
seem
true.
honest. They have the honesty factor.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know so much honesty. They're there to make money.
Well, it's sort of
monetary.
that's propaganda. So because you feel that they are more legit does not make them more
Jimmy
legit.
Carr. I don't believe fucking people like not Chris Rock. You got dark
Chris Rock is probably one of the best comedians around.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it, but he's
saying
just flat out racist and admits it. I don't mind that. Fucking, he's fine. It's the ones that try to be sly and shifty, and I fucking forget the name of the guy.
They're very good at picking up political points and putting it across to your general public who really don't understand this shit, and making it funny, but making them think at the same time.
So what they do, and I agree, is they take complex ideas and make it more digestible, or they present it to people who otherwise don't care about it.
So can you imagine a science communicator doing that? These are, I would say, a lot of them political communicators doing the same thing.
Oh, absolutely. No? Again, my position is not comedians don't matter. I just don't think they're on the same level as direct educators. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, I completely agree. I've agreed with almost every single point you've made, even Odd. It's just I don't think you're going to convince me that that it's just as significant.
I'm not quite sure how to argue that because I didn't expect that.
Well, it's just two differences of opinion. Like.
They need to be correct because the moment that they're not correct with their political comedy, then they get destroyed and they are no longer up there being a comedian. Their career is over.
My attitude is,
well, hold on. That's not necessarily true because you've got fucking right-wing hacks like Gutfeld who are not canceled and they lie constantly.
These people.
Like,
I don't know these people.
You don't have to tell the truth to succeed. You don't have to tell the truth to succeed as a comedian. That's just false.
Yeah, listen to people that oppose your views, like comedians on the opposite side. Go listen to them ones and see how canceled they are. And I'm sure.
Sorry, I don't listen to as many shit comedians as you guys seem to listen to. I apologize, and I'll back out from this.
But look, I apologize. Look, that's irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. What matters is they exist. That disproves the entire narrative that you have to tell the truth in order to succeed.
Right.
That's like finding
I've
one.
Selected a smaller data point. Sorry.
No, that's like finding an outlier and going, "Oh, everything's fucked because of this outlier."
But I'm not making that case. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying everything's fucked because of that outlier. I'm saying that it proves that that's not the case. That it's like
I was saying everything's great because of these other comedians, but there are far more shittier comedians that fit into your example, and I concede to that.
Well, I completely agree.
Therefore, comedians cannot be used in general as a good source. There are some, and there are some others that are shit.
They can. I do think
they can, but there are also a lot that can't.
I think they can get it across.
And that's why.
I agree with you, but you still need some level of discernment because you can get bad actors. People have
difficulty now deciding which ones to believe or not believe.
The comedian themselves might be a piece of shit.
Sorry, Trobes, I jumped over you.
You're fine. You're fine. We're all kind of doing that a little bit here.
Yeah, my apologies. Sorry.
Heated debate. It's like we're in a pub.
it happens. I don't police if it's like natural. If it's not like constant. But yeah, like so.
I used to think George Carlin was very good at that kind of stuff.
Completely agree. And I think he's the best at this particular thing.
That kind of comedian I'm talking about. Not the comedian who turns up who is, no offense to female comedians, because I have I've seen some funny ones, right? But they turn up and
Where?
they talk
Fuck
about
off, you have, you
vaginas.
lying bastard.
Yeah.
You're a fucking liar now, Mal. And I've
Have you
fucking
seen-
trusted you for years. And
Have
you
you
come up
seen
with
Amy
these
Schumer?
female comedians that are good.
Oh,
Fuck off.
There is one I found funny. It's Amy Schumer. She's been
Fuck
taking
off. Chunder, vomit.
let me finish.
Oh,
What I find funny,
Gavin, don't.
no, what I find funny is she's now taking GLP, so she lost a lot of weight. So she went
I
back
don't
and
care how much
deleted
weight she
all
lost.
her pictures of her fat, and
Oh, wow.
so now she's,
So
she's
a
off-
shitload.
yes,
Nearly
So
everything she's ever done.
she's not having that fat positivity shit no more. She's also
Yeah.
now she's skinny. She don't care about fat people.
Yeah, but you know,
She's
you got to
a
be taking
bitch.
humor in Ozempic jobs to improve that. No, it's not good.
But that's what I find funny about her is that she's such a
Yeah.
just a piece of shit human being. As soon as she's not fat, and then all of a sudden it's not a positivity thing. It's
She's fucked.
it never
basically.
happened.
That reminds me of Megan Trainor, who really pisses me off because she literally ran on like
All
all
about
about
the
that
base.
base is about it's about fucking like shaming like fat people, and then she went and got some sort of a fucking job, some sort of plastic surgery or shit to get rid of her fat. Like you can't be
Lipo.
more of a hypocrite.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
mama told me
Yeah.
the boys like a little more booty to hold at night. Who the fuck mother tells them that? What the fuck's your mother, a druggie?
Fat
Mother
positivity.
of the
She
Year
wouldn't-
award.
Druggy
right
wouldn't be fat, mate.
there. Druggie of the Year award right there.
Well,
Fucking
See, the thing
scroll
is, fat girls will pick everything about you apart. They'll criticize your nose, your eyes, whatever. But as soon as
Well-
you bring up the weight, then it's
You're
a
right.
no-go.
You're
Yeah.
right. And it's
I-
because
I've always
they
said,
have something that they're fucking extra fucking
Insecure
sensitive about. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like you don't
Yeah.
get to tell other people that like, oh, don't be a snowflake when you have something that's way bigger, like way more of an insecurity point.
Yeah.
Like I think you have it coming when you pull that shit.
Yeah, and some sharp bastard will spot it,
Yeah.
and now you're fucked.
Yeah.
That's one of my
Because
favorite
they're-
videos on the internet. This girl, she's doing an interview with a guy, and she's like, "You got like these small lips. It's like you're from Whoville or something." He's like, "Body
Yeah.
shaming's fine, and it's fine until it's about the weight." And then
Yeah.
she just shut up.
And
I saw that.
That's the thing. So I'm
I saw
not
that.
about fat shaming, but you don't get to you don't
I
get
am.
like this little fucking artificial window of like fucking like
Roll
protection.
them back into the sea.
If you're gonna
Sorry.
attack people, like weight is not some magical shit to where like no one can touch it. That's bullshit.
No.
Well, they like to go about men's dicks or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's like, you want to criticize a man's dick? Well, I get to criticize your weight.
Well, you will find that women who buy things on the internet, don't ask me how I know, for fuck's sake, right? Women who buy sex toys on the internet, buy dildos and things like this, and virtually like about 80% of them buy these insertable dildos that are like average kind of girth and about 4 to 6 inches long. This is,
Well, yeah,
we're not talking marrow, you know?
Well, think how hard it would be to hide a foot long.
Yeah, yeah.
That's part of it. That is part
Oh
of
my
it.
god, that was one of the worst things ever. I was asking my sister for a cigarette. Walked over to her room. She's like, "Yeah, they're at my nightstand." And I pulled the one drawer open. There was a big old dildo. I'm like, "Nope, not that drawer."
Dude, that would fuck me up for life.
It
I'm
would
just
fuck
like,
me up
"Oh
if
my
it was mine.
God."
Dude, because then anytime I think of a dildo, it's going to remind me of that. And then it's going to make me automatic, because the way my brain works, it's going to make me think of my fucking sister using a dildo. Fuck.
Oh, no.
I mean, if it was a dildo, no,
There you
it
go,
would, fuck me,
Mel.
it would fuck
Eddie.
me up if it was my dildo and it was in her drawer. That would fuck me
Yeah.
up.
Oh, like he stole it from you. But like, I've been wondering where that got to.
Yeah. What the fuck's that doing in there? It's mine. It's,
Put it in your
it's,
pocket and walk off.
yeah. All the fat girls, they tell you not to fat shame, and yet the fat girls are the ones who will walk down with the perfectly done hair that they spent 45 quid on, or dollars or whatever it is on, and the makeup is done perfect. They went to the nail bar, they got that done.
There's
They
a
got-
reason for that. They're compensating
Yeah.
for their fatness.
Yeah, because they spent
Oh.
$350 on their clothes or whatever, and
I-
they're looking absolutely stunning. Anything except fucking jogging.
Well, see,
And
that's
they always have this fat smell, man. What the fuck is with that?
it's
What's
because you have so
what?
many crevices that can sweat and smell like butt.
Oh.
Oh, that's called that's called
rotten flesh, rotten
Yeah.
skin smell.
No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
yeah,
right.
rotten skin in the folds.
UK we call that fish and chips. I suppose you call it
Oh,
fish and
yuck.
French fries. Yeah.
That's
That's
like
what I
a girl that's been out
Yeah,
sweating all
they
day.
always wear a black top.
Well, we called it French fries up until like conservatives got angry that the French said something they didn't like. Then we called them freedom fries. Because
That
Freedom
lasted
freedom
for a
fries.
whole.
well,
Chocolate.
it's the funny thing is why they do it is because they're like fucking snowflakes about something like
Well, the French didn't want
Yeah.
to go into war with us, so we're like, oh, the French are traitors whenever we went to war with Afghanistan. Or,
yeah.
Jeez.
Like so like to me it's like really sad that you like try to change like a word or a term because of that.
Republicans are so petty. They're like dealing with school children when they come up with things like they have. It's just like their mentality is like, my dad's bigger than your dad.
Yes, and
Or,
they
yeah.
project constantly. That's what drives me crazy. Like everything they claim about the left is like an admission. It's like
Props. And Gadwin. And Melody. Hi Mel.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm
Yeah.
having a problem with this
what's
because these people are in government, and you naturally assume that they've got some sort of intellect, that they've been to college, they've done this, they've learned that, they've learned the other, and
No.
here you are telling me that these people are going, oh, I don't fucking think so. How does that work? I don't get it.
Well, they don't.
Because
Like
of
you
stupid
started
people.
with something that's incorrect. That your belief that they are educated and they're not. Donald Trump is an example. Like we don't care about that, and that's a problem. We should care about that.
Well, Abraham Lincoln was educated in a log freaking house. Like the guy was not like a university trained person. I mean,
Yeah,
many of
but
the
they've
presidents
got something
weren't.
going about them, you know?
Very few people were back then.
Yeah, I let it slide because of that. But in this day and age, you don't have that excuse. We should never elect someone, especially that doesn't know anything about the fucking Constitution, doesn't understand the 3 branches of government, doesn't know what the nuclear football is. These are big, big things for a
It
fucking
was something
president.
So once upon a time, we let a person run our country who didn't have an education, so that means we can let Trumps in now. Fuck
Boris.
me. Yeah, we're Boris, yeah. And I'm sure there's an
I
Aussie
just
one.
thought that you remember like Hillary Clinton, and people go, oh, she was a fight bitch and she was this, that, and the other, and all that. Well, it's all politics and talk and shit. She's probably a lovely fucking woman. I don't know.
No, she's not.
She drinks baby's adrenaline, mate.
Now, that's not true, but it is true. I don't believe Hillary Clinton is a good person by any stretch of the imagination.
What I'm thinking was that my thing was that at least she seemed to be some sort of a politician.
Yes, that's true. She does know what she's doing 100%.
Yeah,
like
she knows the job.
Absolutely.
So
and to be a woman in that job, you have to be pretty cutthroat. Like you can't be just some pushover.
Yeah, you've also got also got to be a bit above fucking average at that job.
You got to be a ball buster, like
That's
one of those
true.
ball buster women.
So
and
how the fuck did the other one get in instead of her? How did that happen, guys?
Because nobody likes Clinton. Because the propaganda from the right works so well. So like they did that whole Benghazi thing where they put her under investigation. Nothing came about it. Like, but the propaganda machine on the right will make up anything and everything about their opponent and push it, push it, and push it.
And the propaganda machine from the right is better because they take more money from donors. They have way more money to throw at propaganda than the left does.
Well, and the
How do you figure
propaganda
that out?
a
bases
system
off
that
fact
cannot fail
on the
for them.
left.
Because the
So they-
right,
so they-
because
they
the
can
right
short-load.
factually take more money from corporate donors than the left does. This is
Well,
like,
they don't
It's
care
why your
about being
current
truthful.
system can't win. It's why you need to use violence or another method apart from
I-
the current method.
But how do you know that?
It doesn't
like,
have
how do
to.
you? You're
Because
just,
they
that's-
have more
that's a
money
guessing
and
game.
more power, and you have no method to get around this yet.
What? No, it comes down to brains too. Like,
Yeah, but you know the people
people
at
are
the top of
susceptible
MAGA,
to
I'm assuming, are
propaganda
actually not
and
that dumb because they've
right-wingers
managed
and
to
the
pull off
Is
what
it
they've
a
done.
bit like the conspiracy series stuff that I see
Yeah.
online every fucking
It's
day?
like
on
all
well,
YouTube,
these people.
where the conspiracy theorists, because the scientists are busy doing the work, they don't say fuck all. But the conspiracy theorists who have podcasts and YouTube videos and all that are shouting louder. Simple as,
But
simple as that.
Chubbs, how do you get the evidence behind that the right, they have so much more money than the left?
well, like look right now. Like I
Their
can't believe.
methods.
Hold on, I can't believe you need evidence, but just as
Yeah.
one, you literally have a person who's the current regime, who in his inauguration is surrounded by billionaires. Have you ever seen that in your entire life from anyone? Not even just the left, but like
Elon gave Trump $250 million
Yeah.
for his campaign.
Yeah, like
Well-
it's not even a close call. The right takes way more money.
The right
I just wanted to see what you would say.
That's why.
Okay, but
Fair enough.
But it's not an opinion. it's not because I'm on the left. It's not because I'm in an echo chamber. It's a
Well,
fact.
It's
So-
public.
so-
It's public information. Like you can look up all the PACs that donate money. See, that has
I
to be
can
in the
see it in
clear.
Australia.
But
Fuck me.
who gives money to that? Like you
guess,
don't have to disclose if you gave money to a PAC. You do not get disclosed that you such and such gave this amount of money, but the PAC has to disclose how much money they're giving. So you'll have these billionaires dumping millions of dollars into these PACs, and then the PAC gives the money to the different parts of the parties, local.
Well, I guess you're
federal.
right in that usually, like the richest of the rich, they do tend to be right leaning.
Oh yeah. It's
Well,
because they get taxed
I'm
less.
not necessarily saying that because, like, it is true that Democrats
I mean-
get way too much fucking corporate handouts than I would like, but not as much as the right.
Why?
But why? So why do
The
you
reason
think
why
that
is because
though?
the Republicans have policies that favor the wealthy. In fact, it's why President has been like doing everything to fuck over everyday people.
So,
Well,
so
that's
why
what I-
can't-
that's what I
why
just
can't the
said, though.
Democrats do that and get all the money and fuck the Republicans.
Because
What-
they
what-
actually
They
have
probably could
morals.
have, but Trump did first.
I'm sorry. I'm
And he's done it
you know,
brutally.
I'm a pleb.
Can you
Right.
can you say that again? I didn't hear it.
Yeah. So why can't the Democrats do something to get all the money and fuck the
Yeah.
Republicans?
Well, because they
Exactly.
couldn't
I don't
keep
get
their
it.
base, because the left is fundamentally against the wealthy. That's why Gavin Newsom is like a traitor to the left, because he
Okay.
wants both. He wants to pretend like he's all about these things that the left cares about, and he kind of
That's not
larps
happening.
that role. But then on his actual actions, you go back, he is always turned against everyday people and champion billionaires.
Wow.
The
Obama
left
did
want to
same
tax the
thing.
billionaires. Where are the billionaires going to go? They're going to go to the right. They have more money. The right
Oh,
has
that's a
more
fair
money.
point.
The
Yeah.
right has more power.
But I will admit that it hurts the Democrats, because how can you fight? Because the right champion that, and it's part of their whole message, and the base of the right is all about it. They'll even go like the poor right wingers will fucking fight for Elon Musk, which is the craziest thing ever. But like the left don't have, like, they're backed into a corner. What can they do? Because if they get too much money,
Yeah, that
and
is
they're-
weird.
Can I ask another
get
ignorant
that.
question
yes.
about all this fucking crap? So you were on about it before. I don't understand how, if the Democrats make the country better off and the Republicans don't, how it all works that the Republicans get all the fucking money, but the Democrats are the ones who are paying for everything.
What?
Huh?
I'm so lost.
Because Democrats aren't paying for everything. Like the federal government takes in. We looked at the debt clock earlier. How much revenue's coming in? It's revenue, and then how much is paid out through the federal government. So I mean, it's not party affiliated. Now, under Republicans, GDP tends to go down because the rich get tax cuts, fire a bunch of their base, which then cuts productivity down, but then profits go up because they saved all that extra money not paying workers. For under Democrats, GDP tends to go up because we have more incentive to hire.
So I will 100% say that the country is better under Democrats than Republicans, and it's not even hard. Like it's obvious.
Right. So,
but I fucking still hate Democrats. They don't represent the left.
They're corporate Democrats. They're not American.
How given I've seen this and I've heard it before on more than one occasion that the country does better under Democrats than it does under Republicans.
Well, for obvious reasons, because even though they don't give a shit, they have to play the game. Sort of what the point you were making with Clinton is she knows what she's doing, and you have to give people at least a little bit of what they want. Otherwise, you'll fail and you won't get reelected.
So how the fuck do Republicans ever get in power?
Because they cater to stupid people, and you don't have to do anything for people if you're. One of their biggest things is to get people to focus on what they're angry at. And the thing is they create bullshit. They create bullshit to make them angry in the first place. And then they get elected because they do something about the thing that they fucking made up to make them angry. Yes. And in this case, the most obvious example is immigration. They lied and said that immigrants are like going around raping and killing and all the bullshit. And they also said that they're taking your jobs, which is bullshit. So that's how they win.
I mean, how would your agriculture survive without immigrants? It's just bonkers. And to be fair, like everybody's a fucking immigrant.
Exactly.
You know? Well, you know what you need to really fear is the 5 trans kids in high school sports.
Exactly. That's my whole point.
Oh, yeah.
See, they can take that's the point. And that's what the right are good at. They can take the stupidest thing that doesn't matter to anyone, that doesn't harm anyone, trans being the perfect example, and they create this huge fucking like echo chamber of anger and fucking outrage over it. And then then after they've created it and started this whole thing, they'll say something like a policy decision. We're going to do something against trans people. And then all the people are like, fuck yeah, you're doing something about what really matters. It's all like this brainwashing technique.
Do you know what happens then?
Political theater.
Do you know what happens then?
What?
Patrick.
That's true.
Okay, so on the immigration issue, so I know that Gads, I saw that whenever like last time that we were on here, you did have some like statistics that you put like in the side chat, which was interesting, and it did show the ones that I don't know like where you are getting your information from, but it did definitely showed that immigration or immigrants that are coming into the United States, they're not necessarily, there's not that much of a percentage that don't have jobs or they are not, at least searching for them. But whenever I've watched YouTube vids so I've been watching one and it's definitely right-winged, but they put up like these articles and it shows there have been this much like sexual assault that has increased just over the last 2 years, and the jobs they're not even attempting to even try. It's just like they're getting it's just welfare,
and people don't try to find out if this shit is true, because all it takes is like literally 5 minutes of fact checking to find out that everything you just said is lies.
It was like news articles. It was news articles.
I know.
I know that's necessary. I know that's kind of a bullshit thing to say, because that's actually really dumb. Because everything, so much stuff is biased. But whenever you're coming to like statistics, then I don't know. And you're right. So it can be skewed on both ends.
So the right, oftentimes, especially Fox News, they're known for taking statistics and they will fudge data points. In other words, it's all bullshit. It's not true. Their statistics aren't valid. They're not actually legitimate.
One of the
But
biggest
I
ones
could
I've
show
seen
you
pop-
two
But how do
graphs.
you say that the left wing is completely right in their stats, and then the right wing is
But that's
completely
not.
wrong?
But that's not what I'm saying, because I watch both sides and I fact check almost everything. So when I say something is from the left, I'm not just saying that's on the left and that's my side, so it's right. I'm telling you that they are actually giving you factual information, but the right isn't.
But how do you
thing too.
how do you
I could
find
show-
that fact checking? I guess
Well,
you look at like the
you
census or
look
the
at their
government.
you look at their source, and then you check the source yourself and see if there's any shady shit going on.
I
And
mean,
you
I guess
check.
you could look at
One of the
dog
biggest, the
but
biggest things that they've been using. So after COVID, when we locked down and everybody went in, our crime rates of across the board went dramatically down because nobody was out doing anything like car theft, rape,
Of course,
whatever. It all just fell
Yeah.
off the chart because nobody was able to go out and do things. And
those rapists must have been gagging for it.
As soon as we lifted the lockdowns and society went back to normal, it made the scale on the graph look crazy. Like crime was just going through the roof. It was
Even
it was-
simpler. I can show you
But
exactly
that's how
the
the
same two
right said
graphs.
Biden, because of Biden was in office, all of a sudden crime spiked. And it wasn't because of Biden, it's because we lifted lockdowns that were put in under Trump, which made crime go
Yes,
almost non-existent, and then it went back to normal.
You're
I
right.
can
And
I
what
can
he's
show you.
describing is not bullshitting statistics. What they're doing is they're using statistics to mislead. The data is accurate, but what they're claiming the data means is bullshit.
All you
if
have
the
to
data
do
is accurate, then goddamn, the immigrants, yeah, it's causing a lot of mayhem.
Now, if
So
you
Melody-
if
no.
you exclude all the white people and everybody else from those statistics and just look at that data as basic, like just immigrants, it's going to look high. But compared to white crime rates or the average crime rate, say in America versus
all you have to do with your average person is take one graph and show two different scales on it, and you can tell two different stories, and the average
true.
person will believe whichever story
That
you
is
want them
true.
to fucking believe.
Yeah.
That's why fact checking matters. That's why you don't just
Fact-checking
automatically
particularly
That
in
is
this
true.
day and age.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melody, you should know about graphs. Good read. I know.
No. I 100% I agree with you because I've been in classes and they show this about the skewed. They can make graphs and charts to where one of them looks one way and the other one
They will tell you what you want to believe. Yeah.
Yep. One of the most common bullshit tactics is when they'll have like a line graph that's like over time, and they will purposefully squeeze data to where it's like, let's say it's like 50s to 2000 to now. Instead, they'll start at like 1996 instead of giving you the total thing. So the graph goes boom. It's
well, what they do is they go 92 to 96, and then they go 96 to 2012.
Yes.
They go, look at that shoot up.
Yep. And they're choosing exactly where to start it. And that's where it's bullshit.
Yeah. It's the start of it that's probably the bullshit.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know.
Okay, so they would
I'm
be
good at graphs.
like the last 3 years, but I'm not sure like where the starting point was. I haven't seen one of their vids for I don't know, probably like a couple of months, but it was interesting to me. But it just showed like within like a 3-year period that like sexual assaults had gone up like exponentially.
We've had them over here, and it's a bit like murders and things, and you find that it's the immigrants, the Muslims are doing more sexual assaults, and but no, it's bullshit. It doesn't matter what you say. The local population are doing more rapes and murders than anybody, but all the rest of them put together. And everybody knows it, apart from the people who are told that it's the immigrants, because that's what they want to believe.
I posted
I'm not sure where they even get that from. I mean,
they make it up.
Immigrants only account for.
How do they even know that they're immigrants? Because I mean, they're capturing all of these people. But some of the people that they arrest, I mean, they're not even, I mean, they're immigrants, but they've got like their green card. they're
They
U.S.
don't
citizens,
care.
and they're
You don't
still
look
scared.
white and
So
not male.
yes, the questions that you just asked, Melody, is the entire point. That these are
It's a-
basic,
yeah.
basic.
Well-
These are the first things you think of if you want to know if it's true or not. These people don't, because they don't care. They want an excuse to hate. That's
Well,
Well,
they've
And
already
that's why
had
I'm
the rhetoric.
countering.
Huh?
I know.
I'm
They've already-
countering what I just said. So
I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
It's kind of
they've-
playing devil's advocate. I'm
and
It's-
they've all heard the politicians with an agenda to sell. No, and that's the people who they listen to first. Do they actually go and fact check that politician? Do they fuck? Because they don't know how.
Most
For
of-
one
so
thing.
this is a problem on both sides, to be fair. If like psychologically, like most people, if you're tribal especially, you hear something that aligns with your values or is what you want to hear, you're far less likely to fact check it because it's exactly what you
Confirmation
want.
bias. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, for sure.
yeah, it's not hard.
Well,
But
and I was faulty in that because I did watch like
I
a
think we've
few
all
of
done
these YouTubes, and I listened to it, and I didn't go back and like think, okay, Melody, maybe I should try and fact check this a little bit more. So I raised my hand. I was faulty in that.
Yeah, but you know where your advantage is there, Mel? You just said it yourself. You actually thought, hey, wait a minute, maybe I was wrong. Let's go and have a
Exactly.
look at this.
That's the
How
difference.
many people do that?
I
How
put
many
the
people do
data.
that? How many people Google something, get an answer up? As I've said before, Google pops an answer up. It's the first pop up on the screen, and there's all stuff underneath it.
Not
and they
only
read
that,
first thing, and they don't go any further.
you're right, but even worse is people will bias their results. I see this constantly by the query that they ask. They will
Absolutely,
ask
yeah.
their question to bias the results toward it with confirmation bias.
They're looking for confirmation bias. They're not
Exactly.
looking for an answer.
Like I'm always very careful about the specific wording when I'm
Yeah.
looking for the truth.
And it's not so easy either.
No, because my first impression is to bias it. My
Yeah,
first question is
absolutely.
always bullshit, and then I have to think about it, and then I'm like,
And then
oh
you have to
shit.
change it, and they go,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
wait a minute, let's check.
You gotta ask it in an open way to where it's not perceived as a bias. Like, what
Exactly.
is the data for? Blah,
But then
blah,
if you ask it in an open way, you get an open answer.
blah. That's how I always
You-
do.
you
I always
just,
prompt in an open way.
Bullshit
where it
in,
doesn't-
bullshit
they can't-
out.
I want to know
Yeah.
the truth. I don't want to have a bias of it.
Yeah,
Like I don't want
agree.
it to skew.
No, I never
Exactly.
do. I'd
But
rather
it-
learn than agree.
Well, I think we all agree on that, but it's something that you have to train because it's not instinctive. It's not natural.
No, before I went to uni,
disagree,
when I had to learn
but
how
yeah.
to do that, I wouldn't have known how to ask a question.
So
I've
Okay.
refined the skill,
most
but
of us
I've
are
always been this way, inclined. That's all I'm getting at there. Like I don't think it's like inherently the other way from birth.
What do you mean?
You're implying that you need to attain the skill rather than I believe
so.
I sort of already
Well,
had
no,
it
no,
and
no, no,
just
no, no.
refined it.
This isn't a across the board. This is a general big picture claim because
Of course.
most people don't like.
Of
Maybe
course.
maybe you are just naturally like unbiased or less biased. I guess I should say.
Yeah, well, no, I wouldn't go that far. That's arrogant.
I think if you're
suppose.
not, then you
No,
have to
not
learn how to
necessarily.
ask a question.
Okay.
No, I disagree with that. So I know we're jumping all over the place,
Okay.
and we're like,
yeah,
this is a
sorry.
disagreement. This is a but like I don't like the thought that a lot of people have that if you say something that can be construed positive about yourself, it's arrogant. That's not true. It's arrogant only if it's way above the actual truth. So if you have any positive virtue at all, and everyone does, and you just say it, you're not arrogant. Only if
Oh, cool.
you've exaggerated.
Few people I know in my life need to learn that as well as me.
Well, I just think that, I mean, when I make a point, people are very welcome to disagree with me, but just know you're wrong.
Yeah. That's
See,
about it, brother.
That's about as humble as it gets right there.
Thank you very much. I'll take the trophy.
Patrick, dude, you're a celebrity now. I made a video about you the other day.
How to find your penis when your belly hangs out over?
Gadwin, for fuck's sake.
Hey, Gadwin, where did you get the? So
Get
I'm
the
looking at
long
your stats.
tongs.
Where did you get that from?
I put the link in the private chat, so you can pop over to the
Oh,
private.
okay.
That pulls up the debunking
Okay.
the myth about
All right,
immigrant.
gotcha. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yep. Now make sure you've clicked the second link, not the first one. The first one's the crime index or corruption index. Sorry.
I only see one link.
There's two. There should
There's-
be.
Maybe two.
The
Yeah, there's a
The
couple.
second one's the American Immigration.
I see American
Council.
Immigration
Yeah.
Council.org. That's the only one
Yeah.
that I see. I don't see anything else.
It might
maybe
be
it's
because
'cause-
you came later, but
Yeah.
like the first
Yeah.
one was
Oh.
transparency, and I actually
Okay.
pulled it up
one.
because I have such bad ADHD. I meant to pull it up and put it on screen, but then we started talking, and I completely forgot about it.
Okay, yeah, that's why I don't see the second one because
Yeah.
whenever I came,
Melody came last. As always,
Mm.
women always come last.
oh my
Yeah.
god, fuck off.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, I'll check
this
this
Okay.
out though. Debunking the myth of immigrants, American immigrant. But how do you know that
posted some
the
of the key
American
points.
Immigration Council isn't skewed? How do you don't know that? This is going to be like more left wing.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna have to say that again because when women talk, I don't hear it because they're subhuman.
Oh.
Okay,
I'm just kidding.
nice one. Okay,
I'm just kidding.
Don't ruin our chances for a boob picture, Charles. I've been working hard on
Yeah.
He's been trying for a while.
If it wasn't for men giving them it, they wouldn't have the vote, would they?
but
I mean, I've asked for a
seriously.
single boob. Not even has to be. It don't have to be a pair. Just a single boob will do.
Yeah, just
Single boobage.
Exactly. No, I'll just use my
YouTube
brain to
allows
picture the
side
other one.
boob.
I don't know. I feel weird about a single boob. Like if it's
Well,
not a pair, it feels weird to me. Like,
Well, if you have a mastectomy, you can't really help it.
well, I know I'm not judging. I'm
Oh.
just saying if I have the choice, I would rather have.
I'm
a
not
pair.
judging. I just suppose I wouldn't
You want-
Oh
fancy
yeah,
them anymore.
definitely.
Yeah. I just wouldn't fancy them anymore, that's all. Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't have the same effect
No,
like
no.
at all.
Wow. Okay, I just saw this. Like, imagine somebody you're like in the future and you're reading back on history, and somebody wrote they come in pairs. Like if you don't know the English language too good, you're thinking the guy's coming in a fruit like a pear.
Well, if you're me, you're automatically going to think of that. I think some people are a little bit more innocent, for lack of better words, and that won't be the first thing to pop into their head. But
They come in pairs.
for me, yeah, you're right.
Well, just
No,
like
I
how we
wouldn't have
look
thought
at
that.
language as a thing, like we don't understand like
Oh,
colloquially how they spoke the language. Like we're looking back thousands of years ahead, or
Yeah,
we're
like old
ahead of
English,
thousands of years,
yeah.
looking back and trying to understand how they wrote things, and they could have wrote things and meant completely different how we interpret it.
Very true.
hey, I found out something pretty cool this week. You may or may not agree or just whatever. But technically, a C-section is an
An
abortion.
abortion, yeah.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Technically, a C-section is
Putting
an
the freezer.
abortion without death.
Oh, I see.
What?
So the issue with that is it's like wordplay. It's a different usage of the word abortion. So
What are you
it's
talking about?
technically an abortion,
Different
but
is
it's
aborting the pregnancy.
yes,
Yeah,
but it's not
by
what people
definition.
mean when they say abortion
Yeah.
most of the time.
How,
course.
how
Well,
is
I
it being
definitely have
C-section
got
to
into a
deliver
couple of
baby?
arguments already, and it sounds like Melody's about to explode. So, sorry, Melody.
No,
please.
but how is abortion whenever you're birthing a child? How the fuck is that abortion?
It's technically an abortion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
not
terminated
natural.
You're not-
pregnancy.
You're not birthing a child, are you?
Yeah, it's
just
being
because it
aborted.
doesn't come out of your vagina, that doesn't
Well,
make any
yeah.
sense.
So
When you
look,
taken- yeah.
it's what I just said. It's because you think of something different when you hear the word abortion. That's why I don't like this stuff. Like where it's it's
Okay.
technically correct, but
Yeah,
but
you're
people
a good
don't.
line.
How is it
mean that.
technically correct whenever if if the baby isn't dead, how the fuck is that?
Because abortion
Death
doesn't
has
just
nothing
mean
to do
death.
with it.
Abortion
Yeah.
doesn't just mean death. Like literally, the
Death hasn't
extraction of the
anything to
baby
do
is
with
an
it.
abortion.
You've
Yeah, it just means
aborted
aborted
it.
pregnancy.
It's-
Aborted the pregnancy, which
Again,
When
it's
you
like
get a C-section-
wordplay.
Yeah,
I
when you
hate
get a-
The
wordplay.
pregnancy
personally.
is
Okay,
over,
well,
not the
then why
birth
even
of
talk
the
about it? Because that's
living
just
child.
dumb. That's just fucking stupid. Like
Because
down,
it's
Melody.
actually
just,
not
just
dumb,
because of
Melody.
it's the
Melody.
word. I don't care. It's dumb. Like, why are you even saying that? Like,
you're getting mad.
it's not, because abortion. So it means death.
Okay.
Technically,
It does
it
not mean
doesn't.
death.
Abortion.
That's my
No,
point.
no.
Why
No,
would you
listen,
bring that
listen
up?
now. Abortion is the induced birth, expulsion of like an embryo or a
That's half
fetus.
process. That's
something-
not
something
actually
like
all
that.
definition.
So basically, it doesn't come out of the vag, and so that makes it
Well,
an
it's
abortion.
still-
No, it doesn't
yeah,
say
but
that. No.
normal
No.
things come out of the vaginal, but it means aborted pregnancy. So when you have a C-section, usually it's because you went to term too long, or you have complications where you can't actually push the baby out, so the pregnancy has to be aborted and the baby extracted. Now, in many cases, the baby's too, like if it's to get rid of the child, it's done at a time when the embryo wouldn't live without the host. Like the babies are parasites, basically. They need the mother for nutrients.
I
to
love
survive.
that. Thank
Of
you.
course they are. Yeah.
No,
I love the
abort,
word
abort,
parasite for baby. No,
abort.
it's
I mean,
just correct definition of the word abort here, Melody. Like your
Yeah.
death has
That's-
nothing to do with
I-
abort of pregnancy.
I
that's
get
all.
that, Audie, but like, why even bring it up? It's just it's a
Because
dumb comment.
He just learned
a
it.
lot of Christian nationalists in your country are unaware of this, and they will do a very wrong argument.
What they
very
tend
wrong
to be
reasons.
Whatever. Yeah, that doesn't even make any.
what they tend to be unaware of
Wow.
is the fact that women abort every month.
Yeah, period.
Oops.
That's
Yeah.
an abortion.
The,
You're not
the
allowed
word
to. No,
abortion.
you're not allowed to.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to
It's the
abort.
same when we wank, though, Mal. We're like committing a million murders in Texas these days.
Yeah.
Every
God,
time
this is
we wank,
weird.
we commit a million
Every
murders
seed is
because
sacred.
we're preventing the conception of, of birth.
So
I don't.
Oh my God.
Every
that's a
single one of
male.
those.
That's a
I
male.
don't.
Every sperm is sacred. Every
God.
sperm is
Texas pulled
great.
up on a guy. There's a guy.
I
on
don't-
the side of the-
I don't, but
wasted. God gets
God.
quite irate.
I don't because I'm a good boy.
Shit.
It's your day job, Audie. Wow, that was horrible.
I'm a good
Yeah.
boy. I don't do that shit. So
That was me,
it
Monty
was,
Python
oh
voice.
no. But
I'll-
that's the fact of it.
Mouse
And that
wolf.
seems to be jumping around. I don't do that. No, I never have. I'm a good boy.
Well, I seen in the news. It was down in Texas. Cops pulled up on this guy
Murdered
alongside
more
the
people
road.
than Hitler, apparently.
And here, this guy was molesting a dead deer.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
fucking Jesus.
Yeah, he was going to town on it.
Tom Green. Sorry.
I was like, oh
You're-
my
you're
god.
The thing is,
Ophelia.
God, it's not the fact that he was molesting it or he was giving it one. No, you just said he was going down on it. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
Is that what you said?
he was going to town. He was
What
going
is
to town
so
on it.
fucked up is all these things you bring up, maybe not the exact example you just gave, but like oftentimes, again, it goes back to like every accusation is a confession. Like all of the times we hear all this shit from Republicans about like the shit Democrats do. Like my actual landlord said something about, oh, really? You're with the party of pedophiles? It always turns out all the fucked up shit, the touching little girls, the fucking, like all of this shit, it always comes out when the facts come out and it's someone is busted. It's always a fucking Republican.
Well,
Like those anti-gay.
Yeah, what about in
Yes.
France with the French? They've got a left uprising at the moment. What's that all about?
you can't
Really?
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Extreme leftist uprising, and they were seeking U.S. ambassadors' help. I don't know much about it, but it's the left is what got my attention. It was earlier in the week.
I mean, to be fair, the reason there are so many pedophiles about is all them sexy kids. Like,
Well, the good thing about 28-year-olds is that there's 20 of them.
The whole class.
I was actually having a conversation with my team lead. We got talking about, like, I was like, yeah, I got married at this time, and she got married at 15 to an 18-year-old.
A what?
Wow.
Sorry? A 15-year-old got married to an 18-year-old?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's some
my
states
team
that
lead.
actually allow it.
Like some of your states allow.
Well, she's from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
That
Worse
goes
than that.
back to our conversation about like what I said. You may disagree with me, but
Different
right
states.
and wrong
That's fucked up.
is not dependent on where you live, your little geographical location. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's right. So, like
I agree with
the
you.
age of consent type deal, that should not change
Well,
from state to state.
They're in the three.
No,
Why
it
doesn't?
shouldn't.
3 year
No.
the 3 year gap. So like an 18-year-old can marry a 15-year-old, or like a
Oh, right, right.
17-year-old
Yeah.
can date like a
There are
20-year-old.
there are
In some
apparently
states, not all.
I'm not no expert in this, but apparently
fucked
there
up.
are younger ones than that who are allowed to marry with parents' consent.
Well, I think it's because my
talking
team
quite
leader, she
young, like
got
14.
pregnant with this guy, so they probably were in high school together or something like that. Because
Mhm.
he turned 18. Well, I mean, he was 17. She was probably like 15, and then turned 18. But they
I mean,
probably had a kid. So, in many cultures, like being religious, especially,
Yeah.
like having
I
a
love
kid out of
religions.
wedlock is a big no-no. So they probably hurried up, got married real quick, and
Yep. Yep.
That's one of the many problems with religion. It creates
It's religion.
this value structure
That's
to where
why.
you have to do certain things. So because you are in a society that like that religion is pervasive, you feel compelled to change your behavior. And it's very wrong.
I think we've
It is messed
compelled
up. Like,
to change our behavior whether we like it or not anyway, just to get along
Well,
in society.
as the
Mhm.
Overton window changes, we do.
Because if I didn't have to, I fucking wouldn't.
Our society changes, like the women's suffrage
Then you
movement in the
get stagnant, though.
1920s.
Change removes stagnancy. You need a change. It sucks.
course you
I don't
do.
like change either. You get settled in your ways. You get
I
comfortable.
think it
Yeah.
depends
but
on
you
what we're
require
talking about.
change.
I agree, but it
Uh,
depends on what we're
Generally,
talking about.
yeah.
Some
Right,
things
right.
are just universal and should remain universal, and some things
Which
should
are
change.
Thou shalt not murder
I disagree with that.
or kill. I guess. Well, unless you have like a justified, like they're criminal. Like to me, if you're
You're vegan.
serial killer, like take out the serial killers. They don't deserve life. They've taken lives from so many people. They don't deserve it.
Yeah,
themselves.
I agree. So if you were to word it as you should not kill people for just fucking arbitrary
Unjust
reasons
reasons.
or unjust, yeah, agreed.
I'm fine with the death penalty.
Yeah, I'm straight up. Like if you're horrible, like you've hurt a lot of people.
you're
or
all
killed a lot of
fucking
people.
wrong. I told you not to disagree with me. You wouldn't have it. No, let's go down that. No, you're wrong.
You didn't
No, you
realize
Mal's
that
getting
Mal
worked up.
has the power to smack shit down by simply stating his opinion.
It's
And,
3 a.m. so he-
because I got a new mic. I got a new mic and an opinion.
You also have to look at. Do you know like how much
Aye,
it costs
rock on.
us taxpayers to
All right,
pay for these
so the people living or dying just because of
the people in prisons?
depends on how much they cost to keep alive. What a
Well,
ridiculous!
that's what I'm
notion.
talking about.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I don't think that's the end all
This is
be all,
insane.
but it's certainly a factor that should be considered.
I disagree.
Hold on,
Why?
Melody. Before you go on about money, though, you guys spend $70 billion on your military each year, and
Oh, do
you
you-
need seven.
Oh,
and you need
1.5 trillion.
do you think I'm happy
Oh,
about
wow.
that? That pisses me the
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
off.
hold on. Well, I'll just go with the figures. It's
And it
roughly,
goes
you know,
to,
you
and it goes to
I'm
Israel.
just-
it's
I'm just
seven odd
up
billion to do your
It's sick.
Medicare, isn't it? So
No. Well,
you know,
Medicare's
fix your
completely-
fucking health first, and then
Medicare
fucking whinge
is
about
fully
the money.
funded.
Yeah. Exactly.
Medicare is fully
Agree on.
funded by
100%.
We agree on that.
Hold on. What about your big bill killing all the 15 million people not getting access to it, and you're doubling in price this year because of the increased self-insurance
Yeah.
costs and the PBS
The
increases
diabetes.
in
We're
price
heading
of the
backwards.
drugs, etc.
We're
Yes.
So
We're
I
heading
don't
backwards.
believe what you just
Disgusting,
told me, dude.
It's sick.
Payroll
It's so
tax.
fucked
Yeah.
up.
So
All I
And
was
there you
getting
are.
at there is, man, you could cut out a small sliver from your military
easily.
to cover your health,
You're
Fix
right.
that first before you whinge about your other fucking
You're
expense
right.
problems. Is all I was
Exactly.
getting at.
But Medicare is paid by the workers.
Exactly.
So every person that draws a paycheck and every person that pays taxes pays in the Medicare and Medicaid. So every week I have a certain percentage taken out, and that's paid to that. The rich, this is Republicans fuck this over again.
Oh,
The rich have
tax
a cap
them, pay
of
for your Medicare.
$2,000. So after $172,000 paid into Medicare, you don't have to pay any more in the rest of the year. So Trump, he's done after like the second or third day of the year paying into it.
Yeah.
And other rich
Wondered how that worked.
Yeah, the Republicans
It's
put a
like-
cap on it a long time ago.
Oh, I absolutely understand, guys. That's why you need to refine your current system.
Do
Obviously.
you guys like want healthcare and stuff? I mean, that's unfortunate because we don't have the money. Meanwhile, let's build a ballroom. Let's build a ballroom.
$400 million ballroom.
What
Let's
the
not
fuck?
settle
What
all
about
White
that
House,
40
yeah.
fucking billion to Venezuela or Argentina or
Yeah.
farmers or whatever that? What the fuck was that about?
What that shows you is it's not a matter of money. It's a matter of fucking priorities. They don't care about people. They don't care about fucking healthcare.
They didn't care about your farmers. He cared about
They
their
care
farmers.
about their wants and
Fuck.
needs. So, like, Trump
I do
peddles
find it.
influence.
I do find it difficult to understand that they're spending all this money abroad doing this and that and the other and all the rest of it, and their own country is falling apart under
because
their,
they don't care about
It
their own
seems to be
country.
falling
The
apart.
money they
We're getting a
spend.
fucking Trump Tower in Queensland.
but I'm
Fuck
just
you,
saying that
Trump.
I'm
The-
just
the-
saying that I don't know whether it's propaganda that I'm getting, but it seems to
No,
be
it's
the
true.
country's falling
It is.
apart under
It
the
is
feet.
true. You're right. But the reason why is because
Okay.
they're putting money into, like, for instance, a lot of it is like warmongering, and that's
Yeah.
due to the military industrial complex. So these people at least in part, got into office by backing from these people who are fucking rich corporate bastards. And they're paying them back by going out and fucking starting endless fucking wars. And it's not just war, that it works that way with damn near everything.
Right, but it's strange.
It is.
But the
You're
thing
right.
is, billionaires can buy out whole
I mean,
countries
what-
or
what-
whole
what are-
nations now.
What is somebody?
So-
What's a country like Iran
Mhm.
going to do to
Mm,
America? Fire catapults at them, throw rocks.
Nice.
Just, you know,
Pretty much.
it's like what the fuck? You know, they don't need an armada.
And the
Well,
thing
I
with
said, how
billion-dollar
much does that cost in a
people
day?
spread
A
over
day.
nations is they have catapults in different
Yeah,
countries.
but who can tell me how much that armada costs per day? A fucking fortune.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if
Down
it's
feet.
making you more
That's
money
the-
per day.
They don't go 50 miles to the gallon. Those fucking things, you know.
No, but it's like any other business. You
It's not-
employ somebody at $20, but they make you $100 per
What's it
hour.
for? What's it for? Hmm? They say they don't.
It's so
want-
that I can make more money.
Yeah,
Fucking hell!
Yeah.
Don't you know capitalism, my friend?
I know
I had
how
this
war.
argument with
I
Tex
know how.
once.
Yeah, I know how war capitalism works. Yeah, of course.
I asked Tex what was his end goal for getting his business and making his money, and he said, "Oh well, so I can make some more money." And I said, "Well, what are you going to do with this money?" And he said, "Well, I'm going to make some more money." And I said, "Well, what are you going to do with that money?" And he said, "It was just so circular. I could not get it into his head. Why are you doing this? There's like, are you doing it fucking for a retirement thing? For
That won't
I
last
don't know,
long.
to make Mexico better? You're a
Yeah,
fucking
that-
Mexican
that goes
nationalist. Why
for-
don't you fucking
Well,
just drove
well,
it away. He had no goal
he's
apart
got a
from
cartel.
capitalism.
dropping
Yes.
dropping down the scale. If you do sport, say I was to play snooker and become a professional snooker player, and they go, "Why are you playing professional snooker player? You're good enough to be a professional snooker player, and you can earn lots of money." Or temping bowling. I can earn money at temping bowling, and I can earn lots of money at temping bowling. Yeah, but what is the end goal of it? Is to earn more money playing temping bowling. You won't last long. You will get beat. You will lose. You will go broke.
Oh, absolutely agree. That's what I was trying to push to Tex.
Because
And,
you got
yeah,
nothing else. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The first time it goes tits up, you're fucked. You're out.
But-
It wasn't. He could have said, "Oh man, to buy a bigger ranch for my family, and then
very
keep
few
making more
people-
money or something like that."
I mean,
you know,
to be
what are you
fair,
He's
doing?
I did-
he's clueless.
But to be fair,
Yeah,
I did
we
see a
all
guy playing tennis who was a top class, world class tennis player called Ivan Lendl, and all the other tennis players complained that he was only in it for the money. But that's a very rare thing, you know. Everybody else goes broke. You can't do it. You can't sustain it.
So
gets
I've been
stale.
waiting
Oh,
for. I've not
Yes.
addressed it, but it's because I've been waiting for an opening. I try to be polite.
So, no, just-
Patrick is looking to get added here, so I got to cover this ahead of time. I'm already 30 minutes past, so this is going to be
Yeah, I
not
saw
going to
that.
be
Chuck
up
him up,
much
man. I
longer.
need a blitz out.
But
Well,
hold
so
on,
MAGA.
that's what I'm about to cover. I've covered this
Oh,
over and
no.
over, at least the last few streams. So I'll
smacks.
cover it now. If you want to come up, you have to denounce Trump. If you're not willing to do that, you're not coming up.
Let him up.
So
He's
no,
all triggered.
look. If you want him to come up, it's usually due to entertainment. And people being objectively pieces of shit is far more important than entertainment. I'm sorry.
You know, he's just
That's
going
right, brother.
to slur and dropping ad hominems and then get booted. You could say
But
you're
so
fine.
like it's possible that he'll like fake denounce or whatever. But
think,
you only if you do that, you better make it count and like say
Fuck
all
off,
your.
as if he's gonna denounce it, man.
I know, but if you were, I'm saying if you were to lie and like fake denounce or whatever, you better make it count, because once you get all your I love Trump, whatever, MAGA, whatever, then you'll never come back.
I'd rather be a piece of shit than entertaining, because being a piece of shit, at least I know I'm right.
Now, we already know that you're a piece of shit, mate. You don't have to
Yeah.
worry, brother.
You're
It's
right.
all
Welsh.
good, mate.
I got-
Damn Welsh guys. Always bitching about the rain.
Like the trophy on the way out.
Well, you know he's gonna wave his cane at us. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's Patrick always.
Yeah.
But it's
There's
gonna
always one setting for Patrick.
But that's
I
kind of
would-
the
yeah,
whole.
I would-
Compare him
That's-
to
that's
this
kinda
week's
the whole
video,
point.
though, you know.
It's
Can
kind
you
of
bring up this
linear.
week's video and we get him to do like phrases and compare them?
Nah.
That'd be
I
awesome.
think it's,
Maybe if he does the truffle shuffle.
yeah, I think the problem is that it tends to be linear and one-dimensional.
But that's the
Mhm.
point. Like
Yeah.
a lot of
If it's
people want to make the
fine.
case that I'm
I
doing
don't
this
mind.
just because like I happen to disagree with that. No. There's a correlation with everything we just talked about. Like Melody was sort of
Yeah.
joking, but described Pat to a T. That and what fucking Mal just said, these crop up over and over again with MAGA. That you can't separate them. And I don't want that shit on this stream because it's pointless. It's just
I
people
agree
that
with
are
that, because
fucking
it doesn't go anywhere is the problem.
exactly. Like it
Waste of
doesn't
time.
solve anything. You're not actually discussing ideas. You're like they always come up and they just want to attack people. That's it.
Well, yeah, and it doesn't matter like what the topic is with Patrick. That's what he does, and you know a lot of it is just he's just being a goofball. He's not being a goofball, but he's just being confrontational, just to be that way.
Well, for him, I think it's like he didn't get enough attention as a child, so he's looking for. It's what we were talking about earlier. Like it don't have to be positive attention, any attention. So he needs that. So he'll just be an asshole to get that. And like I don't want to be part of that.
I think I mentioned earlier on,
can't
like
drop him straight
it
away.
doesn't matter what kind of attention it is. If it's bad attention or good attention, as long as your name's on the wall
Yep.
and people are looking at it, that's enough.
I've seen him be agreeable with people. I don't know, maybe like
This is
2 or 3 times, but it's I don't know, probably 95% of the time he's just being confrontational. He's just being a dick.
this
Exactly,
is why the left
and-
will lose, man, because we're not willing to take bad fame as well as good fame. I'm kidding.
Get back in your box, Dottie.
And everybody knows that.
Totally done. Yeah. Yeah.
He usually ends up getting booted from every stream if he every stream that he goes up
The
on.
thing is Patrick's been around long enough. He's obviously done things and things like this. He knows stuff, you know. He doesn't need to be like that on stream. He doesn't need it. It's obviously got things he can offer that are positive. You know?
Mhm.
to the
He does.
conversation.
He does. I mean,
He
he's
just doesn't.
done a
That's
lot of
the
stuff.
problem. It's
Right.
not
I
that
mean-
he's just absolutely useless. It's that
He's
he
not.
chooses to be a douchebag.
Not like the guy on the
Exactly.
video.
Like whenever I was on chat at Fact Nominal, at Fact Nominal, I mean, I would ask him questions that I was serious about, that I wanted to know about. I'm like, what was it like whenever you were in the Marine Corps? What's going on with you, in your job? And he would just deflect and just say, I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about you. I mean, you guys know that's what he always says. Let's talk about you. Well,
but he's not trying to sleep with us, though, Melody.
I said hello to Patrick, and he said, "Why would I want you in my fucking life?"
Exactly. He's not trying to fuck us.
You don't know me. You haven't got me. I said, "Well, how does fuck off sound?" And I blocked him, and I have ever since.
I just wish he would, let us know, like, about, what he's gone through. I mean, he's gone through a lot,
Well, not just that.
Like, but he chooses not to share it, and he just goes off on people.
Well, he was in the Navy, so he's gay, and that's why I like him.
No, he was in the Marine Corps.
Navy.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Marine
the Navy Melody.
No, well, that's what he's always said.
Oh, you're right.
So,
I mean, that doesn't.
I mean, I can't verify it. Obviously, nobody can
Marines are
verify
a branch of the
what other
Navy,
people
though.
say.
The fact that he's in a Marine Corps doesn't define him. I mean, he's obviously got a lot of other experiences that he's got. He's got opinions on things.
Oh yeah, you should talk to him about fapping in
I mean,
I think
he's
a hole that you
about,
hide.
like, his jobs and no. I mean, seriously. So, like, I mean, he's talked about, like, his jobs, like, over time, and it did sound like it was kind of interesting. I mean, it really did. He was been, like, in the trucking industry, and he's worked, like,
Giving these bad
maritime.
actors time.
So,
You waste your time with bad men. It's
Well-
a recurring thing with you.
but he won't talk about it. He refuses to, and he
You
would
need to
actually
listen
be an
to that
interesting
melody.
dude if he would just fucking talk about it instead of just being a prick.
Whatever we're talking about, he's probably got some sort of an opinion on it.
Yeah.
The guy's
It's
not
more outrage, or
he hasn't got an IQ of 12.
emotional cue.
So,
Oh, I'd say it's pretty low. That alcohol
Yeah, 14.
every day is
Okay,
taking
14,
it down
14.
a point a
Yeah.
day.
He
14.
sent me a message recently, just now actually, that he will talk about the things that you want to talk about, Melody, except you're going to have to send us a boob pic before he'll do that.
Okay. I don't think that he said that. Did he really say that?
I mean,
Okay. No,
I can't
he did
fucking
say
lie.
that.
I mean, that sounds like Patrick. That's
I said
No,
it.
it is. That is
Imagine
Patrick.
I said it.
That's Patrick. That's okay. That's all of you guys to a T. You guys are always asking for
No.
not a boob pic, but let's the
So,
whole sex whatever talk.
so
But
yes,
whatever.
No.
but it would be, something would be wrong with us if we didn't. That's human nature for a dude.
Well, that's men. So
Except for me, it's usually other dudes' ball sacks.
I mean,
oh
I
god,
would-
gross.
well, we all come into this world. We're attached to a boob. for,
Side
like, the
ball
first
sack.
year.
I
would never-
particularly
I would-
like the differences. Like, some dudes have like really tight ball sacks, and you can see the musculature and all the shit underneath.
What the fuck? So you've like pretty much dissected.
Yeah.
Hey,
balls
did
and
you
stuff.
did you
How many
know
of
that
you did that?
did you
How
know
many
that
have you sucked on?
the bigger the ball sack you
You've
have,
sucked on
the less-
some ball sacks, Charles.
Hell
I know
yeah.
that you have.
I used to have a fetish
Yeah.
where I took a. Have you ever seen a like a box cutter, like a
Yes.
utility knife? So
Yes, I
I
have
used
a
to take
box
a
cutter.
utility knife, and I would cut right down the middle of a dude's ball sack and put a black peppercorn in there. A black peppercorn, a single black peppercorn, and then I would sew that motherfucker up with dental floss.
You're a sick
It
motherfucker.
turns me on. I can't fucking help it.
You
Black
goofball.
peppercorns.
I would have to say that the guy who let you do it would be the sick motherfucker.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Hold on. I never said he let me do it.
All
Yeah,
right.
he wasn't-
Now we talk.
Okay,
Now
we
we
got some
talking.
sadomasochism going on. Got them all
I
chained
mean,
up.
I did know that the guys with the big balls and the guys with the small balls, the guys with the big balls are the ones who are the less fertile than the ones with the small balls.
Really?
Ah.
So how do you know that, Mom?
That makes sense now
Where did
because
that where did that come from?
Well, my balls.
How
innit?
do you know that?
I sowed a lot of seed and ended up with very few children. And
Okay,
then I used to
that
I
is
know
no
a person
bearing.
with 3 testicles, man.
It's
That's
because of the.
I only know because I know his sister. But
It's
yeah.
something like the testosterone.
3 balls.
thing. No, it's like the testosterone thing that you have more testosterone running through your body with smaller balls than you do with bigger balls.
How
So
the big
they are
ones-
more
Oh, that-
fertile.
no, that's bull. You
the
guys
big
are
ones you
fucking
sit on,
hilarious.
like you slide forward, like it's
You
your whole ball
retards.
sack gets pulled into your ass crack. It's just it's annoying.
You nerds.
I'm far too innocent to know about that stuff. I'm just,
That's not nerd. Nerd is more like talking about like geeky stuff. This is like perv. Like I don't even know what
Okay.
you would call it.
This is an anatomy lesson. We're having
This is
an
better.
anatomy about the male genitalia. So if he's talking
Okay,
all eloquent
you're
about
right.
it and everything.
So
it's
why were
proper.
you so repulsed, Melody? Like I assume you're attracted to dudes. Do ball sacks
No.
like unnerve you?
No, here's the thing is that, okay, so Mal is saying that if you have big balls, then you're not as virile as somebody with tiny balls. And then saying that, so Trumps, and then
Melody.
you're saying that you look at ball sacks and you've like measured them,
Melody.
you look at them like,
Hell yeah.
down, like you've been on your
Melody,
knee
I got a question for you.
disinfect
Hell
them
yeah.
with your hands, and
Melody.
so yeah, so you guys,
It's easy
you
to
guys
measure
are
melody. You go, is it a mouthful or is it not quite a mouthful or is it too much of a mouth? You know, it's quite easy to measure.
Melody.
I didn't say anything. I'm not. You guys are the ones that were talking about balls.
Yeah,
I
You
was
have to
not.
answer-
But when
Melody,
we brought
you
it
have
up,
to
you
answer
seemed to
question.
be unnerved or like it was
Well,
gross or something.
No,
I
I'm
know
not
something she
unnerved. I
likes.
want to get the story from you guys. Like, how do you guys
Melody,
know
when
about
you're-
like all
when
of
you're
this
being
stuff about
pounded-
big balls?
I'm
and
gay.
small balls?
I'm gay. I have every excuse. Like I could.
Melody.
Okay, well,
Melody.
and that's true, Trubs, because I know that you're bi, and so you.
Yeah, he's not.
Oh,
but that's
Yeah,
okay.
I have had my balls in a female's mouth. It's
Yeah,
know,
you
it's hetero as well, dude.
That feels weird to me. I've had that happen, and it's not sexual to me. It's like, what the
Yeah,
fuck are you doing?
Oh, humming.
I dated this Canadian girl. She came
That's
down for
always
2
fun.
weeks, and she loved sucking on balls. I don't know why. It was weird.
It don't feel right. It's like something's wrong. It's like
Well,
get
it's
off of me.
when you look down there,
Made me nervous.
laying up her
Yeah.
face while she's there with a mouthful of balls.
Like
Just means
You
that
guys
all
are
the cum
fucking
goes
sicko.
through her hair,
No,
man. It's
This
great.
is serious
It's
shit.
awesome fun. Then you can smear it in. It's great.
Like-
But how do you guys know
Wow.
about other guys' balls unless like, you're checking them out? You know, having
These
them
are other
lift up their.
guys, mate. Fuck, I'm hetero. I told you that already.
I just
Melody, you
Fuck,
like
he's
balls
met my or spoken
do.
to my other half.
why do you guys know this?
because you know when you're getting pounded, then they're just like swinging like a little pendulum, just smacking you every time, and you know you like that.
Oh, that's okay. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is that you guys.
See, she does. I know it. She's
No.
deflecting to another.
No, that's actually
I'm not
part
just
of the
like-
experience.
you
Is like
guys are
you
the
can
ones that are
tell
talking
how
about
much
it.
a dude is into it when they're doing it by literally the smack of the balls. You can tell that he's like fucking going full on, like fucking balls deep.
Jeez, I'd be like a fucking alarm clock.
That's part of it. It's the experience. That's how you can tell that it's like a carnal.
And the balls of the pendulum.
Ding, ling, 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 ling.
Melody loves to wake up to the swinging of the nutsack into her butt.
Oh, you guys are fucking stupid.
Yeah, yes, we are. Hey, we bloke smell. What do you expect?
Because yeah, whenever it comes, you guys just like lose like all brain power whenever it comes to talking about sexuality, whatever. You
Hold
guys
on,
are
but
ding-dongs.
we're talking about ball sacks and shit in an intellectual way. You act as if we're just
No, you're
balls.
being ding-dongs.
well, it's not like we're like balls. Like you're misconstruing this whole thing.
Yeah, this is
No,
intelligent
no.
debate, Melody.
You guys, so like whenever you were in high school where you just like at the locker room and just like comparing, bowl sizes. Usually it's big sizes and like, okay, am I hung enough?
Yeah.
Or
Well,
or
guys
what?
normally do.
It's not balls.
Guys normally do both. To be fair, you haven't heard a dude say, "I've got big balls," like that meant something like about him, like
Yeah.
masculine.
Hey,
When
Melody,
Yeah,
next time you got a guy in front of you, get him to lift his balls up over the shaft, and it looks exactly like Gonzo from the Muppets. or a blowfly's head.
That's just a
Well,
saying though. I got some big
Dick
balls.
tricks.
That depends if you're circumcised or not.
Yeah,
It's not,
but that's a saying.
Fair enough.
That,
Yeah, okay.
that being a saying in the first place is indicative that it means something. It's something guys talk about.
Well, I wonder where. Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe,
don't you
have gotten
guys-
bad too
don't-
much.
Dude, guys
you
are
women-
stupid, man. They compare everything. Everything is
very-
a
we're
fucking
very
competition.
We're very
Well,
simple
women
beings.
do too. Women
Well,
compare.
that's true, but
Right,
it's
so do you
We
different.
all
compare?
do.
Do you guys compare badges like, mine's a Visa card, mine's a
Badges are internal, so of course, how the fuck are we going to compare whenever they're all internal?
Have you ever seen the film or the show Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where
We compare boobs with each other.
Jamie's
we definitely
talking
do
to
that.
Bronn, and
Yeah.
Bronn's like, "You wouldn't see me in an army fighting without a cock," and Jamie's like, "Why not?" Well, why do men go to war? For money. And then what do they spend that money on? Family, whores. Well, not without a cock, you don't. And then Jamie's like, "Well, I guess it is all about cocks."
It just is. Women. You can't tell me women don't sit around in a group there admiring each other's boobs.
Clock, clock,
Yeah.
clock, clock, clock.
Oh, yeah,
They do, but that's not the same level of
Yes,
like competition.
that is
It's not. It's not like
No, it's not.
I've got big balls, man. You're a pussy. Like it's a whole different
Oh, I agree.
like thing.
I agree.
Well, guys are weird. Like, there's some guys that are just, they're open with it. They'll whip their balls out anywhere. And then there's some who are just like, no, my balls stay hidden.
So I'll whip my balls out anywhere, but it's not for competition's sake. It's because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Like-
humorous.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't do what you're describing. Like a guy's like, "You're a pussy, man. You got small balls." I'm not gonna pull my balls out for that.
I've been on stage naked
Oh, I'm
twice.
sure you would. You'd
How's
be like,
that?
"Oh yeah," you'd
Well,
tuck them.
you're right that I would, but it wouldn't be because I'm like I got shamed by him saying I'm a pussy. You know what I mean?
I was a model for a comedian doing a stage show on nudity, and I was on stage for 20 minutes twice.
Yeah, you told us.
Full blown
twice now.
nude.
Dude, I would have
got
been up
paid.
in your butthole. No joke.
Oh
Yeah, fucking man, it's the most confidence building thing you can possibly do, and I highly
That's
suggest
like-
doing something
that's
like
like
that
I
if
think
you get the chance.
I think Trobs would have built your confidence very fucking quickly. Don't you worry about that.
Dude, I've said this to women multiple times. Like women can fake that they're attracted or not. Guys, not so much. If my dick gets hard, you show me a boob, and my dick gets hard, you know I fucking like you. And that applies to dudes as well. If my dick's in your butthole, you know I like you.
That's yeah. There was a guy who was a comedian, Steve Hughes. He's Australian, and he was
Yeah, he's
saying
all
that in the UK, if you had an earring in your left ear, it was because you were gay, and if you
Yeah, I
had
think
a
it's
ring
right
on
ear.
Yeah.
your left,
I remember
if you had
that.
a ring on your left pinky, it was because you were gay. He said we're a bit ahead in Australia because if you got a dick up your ass, you're gay.
At least you guys don't have to do no vague fuckery where you have to fucking you have to be a fucking like literature or some sort of an expert in gayness to find out. Like it's pretty direct. Like, dude, you got a dick in your butthole.
Yeah, we don't.
Decipher social things. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you don't have to play no fucking games around.
I only ever met one bi guy, and he used to bring boys home with him that were so fucking pretty. If they'd had tits, I'd have had a go. I wouldn't have flinched.
Oh,
Fucking
don't take them out
gorgeous.
to Thailand.
No,
Mao
seriously.
would get lost
Huh?
in Thailand.
But he said if you butter your bread on both sides, you'll never starve.
Mao in Bangkok. All those girl boys or boy girls, whatever.
Well,
Oh,
so the boy girl thing is evidence of what we pretty much already know at this point, but a lot of people still disagree, and that is sexuality is not binary. Like everybody is on a spectrum.
Yeah.
Well, we all
Everybody.
start.
And
We all start as
when
female.
you've
I mean,
go to
everybody's
somewhere
Y
like
chromosome or X chromosome.
Well, true, but that's a different.
yeah,
like
when
that-
you go to
you're right.
Bangkok or somewhere like that, they're very open about it. They don't give a
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
The lady boys, yeah, who cares? Whatever. You know?
Yep.
Oh, lady
Attitude.
boys. That's
Oh,
the
towards-
name.
Thailand.
Yeah.
Bangkok,
attitudes.
Thailand.
And there's a lot of
And it's-
guys that are into ladyboys. It's not a rare thing.
Yeah, it's
No, it's
very
not.
acceptable there.
Not just there. I think
with
the
the
only
tourists.
difference. I think the only difference is it's open there, so they're more likely to be open about it. But it's across the board in America and fucking China,
Asia.
everywhere. It's every like dudes are into that shit. Not all,
Yes,
but
sir.
a lot of them.
Yeah, they are.
Literally and
Yeah, literally.
theoretically.
No, so I watched this YouTube vid and it was about like the most famous trans person or lady boy that was in Thailand, and then this guy he was like her boyfriend, I guess, and he said, "No, I'm completely straight."
Yeah.
How is that completely straight whenever you're with another
They lie
man?
to themselves. They tell them.
Yeah, I thought it
normal.
was kind of humorous.
So look, the difference isn't that like it seems like at first glance that people from like Thailand or whatever are like more gay or more whatever, but no, they're just more open. And that what you just said proves that, because the guys from like America do the exact same fucking thing. The only difference is they use mental gymnastics to say that's not what it is. Like that.
Like
oh,
Mike
this isn't what it
Johnson
looks
being on-
like.
Absolutely.
Tinder
They're
or
saying they're not gay because they're
Like gay
lady
one.
boys because they see themselves as the lady.
Yeah. So I just
I-
skip all that. It doesn't
they're a
matter what
lady
it
with
is.
A guy.
Yeah,
It's
they
not
really
gay.
do.
They're-
My
Well,
own
exactly.
opinion is I don't give a shit.
Well,
I'm
that's
not sure
that's
how
the
that
point.
goes
I don't
up.
care.
Now,
I really
You
don't.
shouldn't care about.
I'm
I
a
give a
bit like
fuck about Brian Cox being a little bit gay looking, but
No,
that's
not at
about
all.
it, man.
I'm like I'm with the Thailand people that it's just acceptable and get over it. and
I
move
agree.
on.
The
It's
only
fine.
Yeah.
time I
Mhm.
care about someone's sexuality is when that person is a piece of shit, like hypocrite, like a hypocrite, because that, like Johnson is the example that was just used. Like he hates people
know.
and he is what he fucking hates. That's the
Mhm.
only time I care.
Yeah, it's
Grinder.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it. He
yeah.
was on Grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I don't
go
know
on.
him.
I don't
No.
know this Johnson. Yeah, I didn't-
He's
I
the
don't
Speaker
know
of the
this person.
House, and
Yeah.
like, dude, you can just listen to hear him talk for like 5 minutes, and you'll know he's gay. Like,
Was
It's
was
like
he saying that he
Lindsey
wasn't?
Graham. Lindsey
yeah,
Graham.
he's a Republican. They're not allowed to act like they're gay. Like they you'll ruin your career.
It's so
Yeah.
fucking
Mhm.
sad. Like, why can't you just be? I mean,
You
No,
should.
wait, no,
it's
wait, no.
Look at the
He-
videos.
our
Lindsey
society
Graham.
is like
Well,
way past that. We're way past that. You,
I know,
you can
but
say
the
that you're gay, and it's
Republicans
not a
aren't.
big fucking deal. It's not a deal
Republicans-
at
So
all.
the
Nobody
reason why
cares.
they can't is because
Nobody
Republicans
cares.
has a base that does care. So they have to cater to that hatred.
Sorry.
That's why. That's why they lie and act like they
It's
so
like hate them.
pathetic.
I
It's
agree.
mostly self-hatred though, because if you go to any of these
True.
Republican conventions, Grinder crashes every time because there's so many users in one location.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, I don't mind myself. Like, I mean, I don't mind sticking my cock in somebody, but I don't want them sticking a cock in me because I'm not gay.
Exactly. My
It's
place by prison
hilarious.
rules.
I got prison rules, yes. But I don't understand how this guy could be the Speaker of the House if he's obviously that gay and you're not allowed to be gay to be
Well, it just
Republican.
came out. It's
very
recent
sad.
Oh, okay,
regulations.
okay. Right.
I
Well,
mean,
also-
I
yeah,
don't
but
believe
also-
for a
Yes,
second that I don't
I didn't
believe
know
that
that.
Trump's religious, but he's pushing that he is religious and released the Bible.
Exactly. Like
So
it
the
Yeah.
other-
His mentality.
Hey,
yeah,
listen,
it's bullshit.
if you got me 5 million votes, I'd say I was Muslim.
Mate, I had a fucking respectable conversation with a Muslim today, and I'm still happy about it. He admitted that the fucking half moon thing was myth, and the flying horse was myth, and blah blah blah. And I didn't really go much further than that. But
It's
just
not
to
a
have one,
flying horse. The horse levitated. It didn't fly.
Yeah.
I've never come across one.
What a revelation!
One that sounds really bad. Like,
Well,
my first one.
I've
ever.
come across
So,
many
yeah,
Muslims
stoked.
in my day. Usually they soak it up pretty well.
Yeah, they're just like
Yeah, the whole Muslim card, like saying, "Oh, you're horrible if you're Muslim." Yeah, that's the biggest bunch of bullshit that I've ever fucking heard.
True.
It pisses me off.
The real ones you got to
Hey,
convince
man.
rabbis. The rabbis of the Jewish faith, they're the most.
Well, I think it's the same on
man.
both. The fundamentalists tend to be the pieces of shit, and
There
that's
you go.
Christians, Muslims, any
Yeah.
religion. Like,
The
Hey,
man.
the
man.
Orthodox.
It doesn't
Swan
matter
ended
what
up
religion
believing
you are.
in 9-year-olds being okay to have sex with Muhammad.
No,
And she
again,
believed
they
You
never
think
promoted
most
sex.
people-
No,
with
this is
9-year-olds.
Swan. She did believe this. She told me herself.
No,
She also believes
they
in the
take them into
splitting
their
of the
harem
moon.
at 9 years old, but they wouldn't have
Dude, no,
relations with
no,
Their
no.
harem.
She was taken
relations.
into his harem at 6, and fucking he consummated the marriage at
No.
9.
No,
Yes,
she was taken
yes.
in at
There
9,
was-
and
And
There
it's
was-
irrelevant to the
That's-
topic because Swan believes this. And she also believes the moon was split in 2. And she also believes that semen comes from the lower back, the lowest of the ribs.
No,
This
she
is all in the
doesn't.
Quran. Yes, she fucking does. This is all in the Quran, and that is why she believes it.
The
And
girl
I
from the
guarantee you I am not lying. That
came
is
from-
my end punchline, dude.
dude, I could
This
see
is
them
like a
using
black
like some
slave
serious mental
loving
gymnastics.
slaves. This is an English white lady believing in the
Really?
full mythology of Islam.
I didn't
Or
know
Muslim.
that. So,
That's
Allah,
the
right?
girl,
Whatever
the girl
it is,
in
I'll
UK
fuck-
that's,
you know what I
that's
mean.
married. Yeah, I didn't know that Swan was, because I'd never seen her even talk
okay.
about that.
So you'll hear her saying
That's
how she
fucked
hates
up.
me and stuff, but it's because I discussed with her. I was going to have a recorded discussion with her, and then she goes, "Oh, I don't want to have a debate with you." And I go, "What do you think? I was going to have a discussion with you. We were going to debate you." She wanted to convert me from being an atheist, right? So she really
I gotta
wanted.
be
We were
honest,
going to
though,
have a
if I'd met
fucking
you, I'd do the
debate,
same.
right? Ah, man, it's just like after so much preparation, then she said, "Well, I don't want to have a debate." It's like, well, fuck, I don't want to really associate with someone that believes this
It's
and this
not-
and this then. And that's why she hates me. And
It's
that's,
not
you
a
know-
debate to most people. It's a discussion and a chat. It's not the same
Yeah,
thing.
fair enough.
You know, you come prepared and made notes and stuff. They haven't. They just turn up.
But
So-
I told
so
her
she-
that I was going
so
to
she
do
thinks
that, and
that-
she wanted
Yeah.
that, you know. She asked.
Doesn't work with them. No.
Well,
Doesn't work.
there's a
Why
lot
does
of
she
like,
think that Muslims are so horrible? I don't understand like why somebody would think that Muslims are so horrible. And you said something about the moon and the stars or something.
because it's pretty easy because certain
It's a 9-year-old thing for
people
me.
are in echo chambers, like for instance, like Fox News here in the United States, and they are constantly bombarded by these are backwater, like fucking backward, have no values. They fucking chop off people's heads and like they like all this shit constantly comes at them. So they don't know any better. They think that's a fact.
Well,
Yeah,
they
that's a
do
fair point.
behead atheists. There was an atheist not too long ago beheaded in Saudi Arabia.
That's true. So I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm
Well,
saying
yeah,
that they
that's
go,
what
that's
happens in Saudi.
all Muslims, and that's just not true. And so
No, it's
They get-
senior
they
I
get
to
can
caught up
find
in this
counter
propaganda.
information, Gads. Sorry, I can find counter information at Deconstruction Zone, Gads. It's readily available. You can go if you yeah. There's a place called Deconstruction Zone in Discord, and there's a lot of Muslims that are willing, or ex-Muslims that are willing to discuss, and will show you cited sources
This
of where
is
the
from
information
the
is.
Queen Institute.
Yeah, I've no idea what that is, and I don't have
It just
counter
comes down to
sources
right,
at the moment,
apart
but I
from the
do have
people in
sources
apart
for
from
the
the people
information
in
I did
charge.
say.
pushing the fucking shit around the place, right? People are just people. If you took them out of that Muslim thing, they're just people.
True,
That's all they
true.
are.
That's true. But I will say it's,
And
it's
imams
bullshit
talk
what
about
they get with what gets pushed. But
Yes.
it
Now, a lot of
does
them haven't
matter.
got.
It doesn't mean that like being Muslim doesn't matter, because it does change who a person becomes when they're subjected to that
But
sort of thing.
that's the problem. That's the thing, isn't it? It's the indoctrination. It's the
Yes.
pressure, the
Yeah.
fear.
Culture.
But that same thing applies to any place, like Christians over here, or
Any of
like
them. All of them.
that's true. That's true.
To a lesser degree,
Well, okay. What you could say is people.
I mean, if you don't
before
get
indoctrination are all the same,
Yeah.
then I'll agree with you.
yeah,
I think we're getting at the same thing here.
yeah, of course, it's not hard, does it?
I don't know. It's
But-
kind of hard. You keep
You think?
talking.
I got
Keep
that
talking.
Winstock thing going on.
Huh?
Gads knew where I was going. It's just because you said it's not hard, and I'm talking about my dick.
Yeah, he needs a fluffer. Melody, you're
I'm
up.
too innocent. I'm too innocent for this. Melody, we're too innocent for this. Let's go
Okay.
talk about rocks.
Melody, have you ever had anything similar to
Rock on.
like a fluffer? Like in your case, it would be like a dude that's with you and you're talking, and your vocal tone changes when you're excited. So you get a dude to finger you while you're talking on like
Oh my
live stream,
gosh.
so that your
What?
tone can be more excited. Have
Why
ever
are you
done that?
saying this?
It's a question.
No. I'm okay. No, don't ask me a question like that. That's so
What
rude.
the fuck?
It's so fucking rude.
It's just a basic question. Like
I don't care.
We're
It's
Over
none-
there, slap
none of your
you.
it's none of your fucking business.
that's all you had to
common
say.
courtesy.
I know my voice rises.
Why? What's wrong with them?
Because we were just talking about dudes with fluffers, and that's like the female version. So, I mean, it's
Fluffers.
a natural topic to
Oh,
talk about.
you ever search up fluffers? It's
Yeah.
kind of interesting watching them perform their work.
And
Okay.
Like you'll see the
I-
scene
I-
going
I
on
went
on
away-
the,
No.
the side, and then
No.
you'll have the fluffers. They're going to town. Like usually
Yeah.
they pick
I was-
ugly ones though.
I was
Yeah,
in the
well,
other room for a second, so I didn't hear the
Oh,
beginning
okay.
of this conversation.
the fluffer's there to keep the guy's interest up.
Yeah,
While
but
he
not
waits
Yeah.
for the
below
next
the
scene.
load.
I don't know
Yeah.
anything
Ready.
about that. Like the concept generally,
Yeah.
I understand, but I don't know like any
Well,
details.
they have if you're a
The-
beginner in the porn industry, a lot of the time they will give you the job as
That's the only
fluffer.
thing that I knew
And
about.
your
with-
job
yeah,
would
it's
be
in
to
the
keep
porn
the guy
industry.
interested while he waits for the next scene and the camera set up and things like this.
So
Yeah.
is it?
Otherwise,
I don't.
I mean,
I don't
what
yeah,
happens,
they don't
you
do
know?
that shit. They use
What do they
pills
do?
for people
What-
now.
Does it
I don't
change a
know.
lot depending on the person? Like what you do
But-
as a fluffer?
It's just they just,
Not really.
whatever the guy wants to do to you. So like they'll have ones that'll
Hmm.
be there. They're getting sucking them up, like sucking the dude off, or they'll just take him, bend the girl over, and start just nailing them.
Okay,
While
so,
they're having they'll have a conversation with somebody else while they're standing there, just like pounding somebody. It just looks so out of place. It's more like
Yeah.
a work.
okay, you're
Yeah, it
answering
looks
my
like work.
question. So it does change dramatically from person to person, because what turns you on changes from person to person. So it's like they do whatever
of
they got to
course.
do.
But
Yeah,
it's
just
in
keeping the blood
between
flowing.
scenes, you know?
Right, right.
You got to set the
Yeah,
camera up, the
it's-
light in, and all this. Meanwhile, the guy's sitting there. He's supposed to be sitting there with, excited, like, and he's bored shitless. What's he gonna do? Like,
That
fluffer.
makes sense.
Okay.
That's a new trend I've seen. It's called BTS, behind the scenes. And just it's
Okay.
interesting watching how it's actually made. Like you can just type that in BTS, and the different ones will come up. Like this is what's going on. Like they'll have them filming on one side, and then have like fluffers or whatever going on the other side. waiting
But
for
the
Yeah.
thing is that you don't really need that because porn. It doesn't cost very much. It's
Well, not with the webcam nowadays. There's so many webcam girls. and
so
stuff.
yeah, it's like one scene, and so they get everything done in one scene. I mean, that's it. So you don't.
Right.
Yeah,
they
but
don't
there's-
need that.
There's
Well-
certain celebrities that are in a lot of different.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Hold
talking.
on. I would say that webcams are actually more of what we're talking about, because it's not a scene. They will be like 8 hours. It's a job.
Yeah.
And like they have to stay hard that fucking long. Like
Well, the women.
Do
Yeah,
I
that's
always
true.
just think of men or of women that do that. I didn't even know.
well, a lot of
It's
times
something I didn't know.
they're
I just I
couples.
never
There's
I
a
never
lot of
thought about
couples,
that.
and like a dude will they'll have their whole financial system or set up to where like you tip tokens, and certain tokens will be like, we'll fuck in a certain position or whatever.
Yeah.
I've
Anal,
just-
no
Do this,
anal,
do that.
blowjob,
So
whatever.
many tokens for this, so many tokens for that. Yeah.
Some
I've
of
just
it's like
seen
crazy.
movies.
Like, some
I've
of
just
it-
I
seen
mean,
like
you're-
movies and
you're a
YouTube
bit-
videos
you're a
about
bit
like,
fucked.
just being with women. I didn't even know that they did that. I'm ignorant to that because I've just seen YouTube
Oh, yeah.
videos and movies about it just being just a single female doing something, or maybe like two
No.
females in movies. I didn't even know that men were involved.
Oh
but
yeah, men got cocks and they use them. It's amazing.
and that's that and like I said, that's my
Yeah,
ignorance,
yeah.
just because I wasn't even thinking about that.
I think
portion,
you'd be struggling kind of if you're a couple doing that kind of thing, which a lot of them do on these
yeah,
OnlyFans things,
that
you
wouldn't
know?
work
Yeah.
because it would hurt your genitalia.
Well, I've seen one.
I mean,
It would hurt your
seriously,
ego. It would hurt your ego more
I'm not being
if
silly.
the other half was 450 pounds and ugly as fuck. Because when they turn the camera on, everybody go, "Whoa, fuck that shit," you know. And you would earn no money. Now, how do you feel? You feel about less about your other half because she's an ugly fat fuck. You're going,
But
"What the fuck?
most of it
Look,
isn't
I'm
actually
gonna earn a living. I paid
penetration.
3,000 quid
A
for
lot of
this
it's just
equipment."
fantasy.
Yeah, just matching their stroke speed, and then just
Yeah.
done.
Oh yeah.
I'm just
Stick it
going
in.
off of like movies
No?
that
No, it's
and
But yeah, they have all that kind of stuff.
what happens,
Uh,
and a lot of
and
it's really sad. Like these
Um,
girls, they're like in this tiny little room, and they have to do this just to make ends meet. And
Well, not just that, because some of them
It's-
choose
it's
it and they
really
like the money,
sad.
but the real sad part is the amount of corruption and abuse in the industry.
there
That's the
there is a
problem.
lot of corruption. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
That's
it's
the
outside
And
of
it's just-
America.
it's
If you ever
really,
have a
really
pretty
sad.
regulated, like our porn industry is pretty regulated. But like you
Mhm.
go to like Brazil and all these other, like I know there's what's called like broken Latin whores or something like that, where it almost looks like the women are being abused more so than anything.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not
But
just
you
it's
don't
not
really
just
know,
the
do you, guys?
video. It's what it turns out after the fact. We find out like what goes on behind the scenes. Like I can't think of the guy's name, but there's a really popular porn star that is all over. Like there's like 100 fucking female porn stars that have come out about him. He's like a sadist, and
John
he would
something?
be doing, huh?
John something.
I think
Used to be-
think so.
Used
I
to be
can't.
famous. He had a big dick, and he was a fat, ugly fuck. And
No,
they
not
found
Jeremy.
out-
That's not who
you're
I'm
thinking-
thinking of.
Ah, that's
thinking
one.
Ron
Ron,
Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's not who I'm thinking of.
found out he's a rapist.
But this guy,
Why would somebody in the porn
he-
industry
he
need to be a
was-
rapist?
yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
no,
the
you're-
thing is
you're-
that
you're
is
right.
the industry, and they get away with that shit, and like
I agree.
it's a problem.
I mean, that
It's
was back in the
something-
day, and that was before they regulated any of it. And yeah,
True.
Ron Jeremy
things
was
like
a piece of fucking shit, and he was a
Okay.
nasty fat fuck too.
But things like
Not that that
that.
matters. He was just a piece of shit.
But
He is
things
a
like
nasty
that's what
fat
brings
fuck. I remember him.
we don't have regulations until something bad happens, and then we take action to
Yeah, of
stop
course.
those.
Mhm.
bad
I mean,
things.
there's a lot. I mean, yeah. To be
People don't
honest,
think that far ahead.
you're right. There isn't really. It just depends on the person and probably like the agency that you end up going with. But for as far as like the live cams, a lot of those, whenever you said like overseas, I don't know
Yeah.
about here. I think
Some
here
guys, it's like a
it's
dream
not
job. Like,
regulated,
you ever
but
seen
I've-
Pascal Sub Sluts? That guy, he's just enjoying. He does any slag that comes in, and it's in England. The Mal might
God,
like that.
Godwin. I mean, I'm far
It's
baby
just odd.
interrupt and butt
it's
into the com-
disgusting.
You seem to know an awful lot about this, guys.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Just
you got to fap
asking,
once
you
in
know,
a while.
Asking for a friend, I am.
You got to rim it a bit. You can't just blow it in 5 minutes. You got to stretch it out, maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Burning time.
So I don't mind if they're a fat fuck piece of shit and all the rest of it, you know. As long as when they stick it in, I have a bit of fun,
Wiggle, wiggle.
I find it
and
interesting.
it doesn't cost much.
I like to know a little bit more about like human trafficking, and a lot of it leads to sex trafficking, and
Well,
so
it starts
I've
probably
picked
with
up
drug addiction.
some
so
stuff
use
like that
drugs.
on YouTube.
That's
and
true. So
It's,
Get 'em
it's
lowered
really horrible, and
Mel is
it's
disgusting.
disgusting.
Well,
and
it's
the thing
basically
is, the solution is you handle these you give a fuck about people, because the problem is, even like Epstein,
Oh,
the
good.
issue is you have women and kids that either don't have money, they can't afford food, they're on drugs, but all these things are the window for the Epstein class. They
Well, yeah,
prey on disadvantaged people.
exactly.
leverage.
Yeah, it
Get
wasn't like
Exactly.
They have
rich.
money.
It was people
Right.
that couldn't pay their bills.
I like
I mean,
the
I even
shop
saw that he
window
would
and
go to
all
like
that, yeah.
trailer parks that were like close to him, and they just, they couldn't pay their bills. They needed
They
some
wanted people
cash.
like if they had to get rid of, they didn't, nobody would miss them. They're not some prominent person. So if it's some Daisy from the trailer park over in Mississippi that nobody will ever miss.
Plus, usually they have like behavioral problems because they're in that, like, in a trailer park type situation. So what happens is they go missing, and they chalk it up to, oh, they just ran away. Like, no one really does a whole lot of searching.
Or like Erica Kirk running a foundation like Romania.
Same thing with prostitutes.
Well, Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's wife, the one that now runs Turning Point USA, she was part of it's like a foster or an orphanage in Romania where kids would just go missing. She's actually banned from Romania now.
Mm-hmm.
And she's also tied to Epstein.
Yep.
Yeah, and what's her name? Maxwell, or I don't know.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
So and she's living it up, like in a prison.
Now, did you see that video of somebody running into her in the street and talking to her and asking her about her name? And then, no, I don't know. It looks, I mean, they use like facial identity kind of shit, and it looks exactly like her, like she's just walking down the street.
So you think that she's not even in prison?
I think
it could be a double.
I think she's in prison, but it's still fucked because she's basically living it up like exactly. It's not really
top of the line prison.
I think it's a doppelganger. So they can't have the real one in there that can divulge information about the elites and everything that took place. They gave her amnesty, let her free, put some doppelganger in there. And
it's
so
definitely possible.
And you look at Epstein. I don't remember like what year it was. I think it was like 15 years ago, and they would just let him like go free, like at night. I think it was like 5 to whatever p.m. And so they would just let him do his business. And so he was in prison. This like for I don't know, probably like 8 hours, and they would just let him go out like for the other 4. And he was implicated on, I don't know, like even how many sex crimes. Then I think it was like maybe 2010. Don't quote me on that, but it was horrible why they did not make him like stay in prison like the entire time.
Well, most people would be in the cell with a 25-stone weightlifter called Big Bubba.
Yeah, they should be. And
let's see how you like it.
Not only that, but with that sort of charge in pretty much any prison in the world, they're going to be dead if you're just a random nobody.
Oh yes, you would. Yeah,
and that shows you this disconnect. That it's class fucking warfare. It shows you the difference, and that's why everything boils down to this. To me, everything is about class. And if you want to look at the problems as they are, but they get framed differently, like the whole migrant crisis shit. No, that's not the problem. That's what they want you to fucking focus on. So you're not actually fighting the real problem. And if like the right and the left, if they like there was no propaganda or whatever, they would both be 100% on board. Like, let's take care of the fucking rich. Then we can squabble about all this stupid shit. But that doesn't happen because they've done a very good job of what
you don't think maybe that people say, oh, it's the right doing this, and they got all this money and they got this backup, and they're all pedos or rapists or whatever, and the left are the Democrats and they're trying to do this. Do you not think maybe that they're all in the same gang, really?
Oh, 100%. Like Democrats are
okay.
I completely agree that they're both corrupt, both money issues, billionaires, all that, even pedophilia, but not equally. And that's important.
And not joined together as a group sharing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, why not? If you're in
so far the evidence does kind of.
I mean, I would go to
like Bill Clinton, for example. He's
Yeah.
one of the highest number of named people in the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Nowhere near as much as Trump, but like still, it's there. This is across the board. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's on
find,
political lines here.
I find things like that a little bit guilt by association stuff, you know.
Yeah, but what I don't like is sometimes what we just all conceded will get said, and then we jump into middle ground fallacy and we start going, "Oh, it's all just the same." Democrats are exactly the same as Republicans. That's not true.
Oh, and I was asking if somebody thought that they're all in the same kind of group, which doesn't mean that they're all culpable.
Oh, right. But this stuff goes back thousands of years. Like, there's Roman emperors that would have harems of nothing but virgins and bring them out and just brutalize them one after another.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, people's ability to do evil acts has always been part of mankind. It's just done in the shadows because it's not acceptable by the public, and it's just now this has just come to light.
Changes.
But there's just evil people in the
And
world.
I agree, but what matters the most to me, at least in my opinion, is it's not just people born evil and then they get power. No, the power creates the evil. Or at least there's levels. Like maybe evil people are more likely to seek power. That's true. But they become drastically more evil as they gain more and more power.
Well, it's about dopamine. So once you do an act once, you get a shot of dopamine. But you repeat that, you get less and less dopamine, and then so therefore you move on to more dramatic things, and you know, get into like we're now saying about they're eating people and all other kinds of craziness.
Yeah, you need more. It's the same thing as like porn for like a hardcore porn addict. Yeah, you have to constantly up the ante to be able to get off. You need to like dudes that I've met that can't get off unless they're looking at prolapse buttholes, which is crazy to me. Like, what the fuck?
You don't like the rare pink sock?
No, I don't. but even if I liked it, it's one thing to say, "Hey, I like this." It's another, I can't get off unless I'm seeing this.
But like, do you ever look at how many categories there are on some of these things? It's crazy how many different. True. Like, wow. Like people need so many different things to bust it up. It's because you're desensitized.
Yeah, and that's the same. That's why I tied it in, because that's what's happening with evil people. They're getting desensitized to the evil they cause and the power, and then they need more and more and more and more and more.
I wouldn't know, of course. I'm still on hentai.
Oh Jesus! I have a friend that was into that shit. I was just like, dude, how?
I don't understand it either. I don't judge it because to me, sexual shit is just, I mean, it's anybody could like anything. I don't care, but I don't understand it. It's so like, how can you like something that's like a cartoon because it's
a cartoon.
Like he would say that to me. It's like, whatever floats your boat, man.
Yeah. I don't care. I don't judge on it. I only go, what the fuck? Because I want to understand how, like, what is it?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was like 15, fapping off the Discovery Channel. They go to like a nudist tribe, like, oh, there's a movie.
My initial foray into fapping was pop stars and music. Usually it was like MTV or VH1 videos, and they would be like a music video. It would be like Britney Spears or fucking Christina Aguilera.
I had HBO growing up, so like at late night on the weekends, you'd have like real talk, real sex or something like that. Yeah. And they go in the city and interview people and then go all these different sex things people do. Some people dress up like clowns and have orgies. It's like some weird shit.
Damn, so you went straight into the pool.
Yeah, I just jumped in feet first, basically. I'm like, damn, this shit's out there. So it kind of desensitizes you. It's just like, people are just fucking crazy.
I think my first introduction was my sister.
Oh,
is Rash good with everything now?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, because of your argument with him.
Oh,
he's still crashing out. He's still.
I gave him another chance, and literally, I just keep on and keep on and keep on. I'm like fucking patient as hell, and like
dealing with a child.
He just keeps on coming back, like fucking just as angry as like months and months ago. And
Yeah.
like, I'm not putting up with that. I don't have time for dealing.
I was
Like, I'm
in,
not a babysitter.
I was in chat talking to Andy C. It was the stream before yours, and we were there. And Rash came on. He was on the chat, and blah blah blah. And all of a sudden, he just flipped, and he just went all racist. He was all racist against me and Andy C. I thought,
What? How
what's
was he
going on there?
racist?
Oh, he was definitely racist. Yes,
I mean,
he said
how?
he was,
Like,
he was talking to us about being. I can't remember the exact words. Like you whites and this,
oh,
that kind of shit.
yeah.
And so I went, "Fuck you," and he got blocked. And I'll never unblock him. You don't get racist to me twice. Once.
Who?
That's all you do. I haven't got a
Sorry,
racist bone
sorry,
in
I
my
just came
body.
in here. Who, Mo?
So I haven't got a racist bone in my body, and I expect the same in return.
But
It's damn
but
Welsh
sorry,
people.
sorry, I just came back
Damn
in.
foot down.
Who are you
Welsh.
talking about?
Rash.
Oh, okay.
I was responding to your comment in.
Okay,
chat.
sorry,
Yeah.
I left.
Apologies, Mel. Yeah, I was we were talking about whether Rash is with these arguments for jobs.
So that was why his departure came. It was just
Well,
because he was.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, he went west as far as I'm concerned. He'll never get back. I'll never talk to him.
Well,
I don't
there's
talk to
an Eng-
racists like that
uh,
who are
an
racist
Italian
to me.
woman.
Yeah.
Oh, an
He can
Italian
be
woman I
racist to
once
somebody
knew.
else, and that's for them to deal with, as far as I'm concerned. They're adults. Deal with it. You know, if you don't deal with it, that's up to you. Like, but
Well-
don't be racist to me because you're gone.
There's an Italian woman I used to know. She used to have this saying, "I had a moment of madness." Whenever she just like you just go crazy for a bit, you just crash out. You have a moment of madness.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back.
You don't get a moment of madness with racism. I never have.
No, I'm talking about Rash.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to scroll back for.
Well, the problem with him is
Couple-
it's like a moment of madness that's not a moment. It's like constant. It's like you literally let like fucking half a year go by and he's still hung up on the initial issue. Like I can't imagine that. How can you
He's
do
giving me shit and trying
That's
to be
what
all
happens
rude.
when you live in the middle of
that?
nowhere.
Yeah.
with
So
fish.
Rash is so hardcore and like he hates me to such an extent over a fucking disagreement months ago. And no, I won't just tell him what he wants to hear because that'd be a lie. I'm not going to lie to him just to make him fucking good. But the point is, he's so unhinged that he's starting to take people that even associate with me and being shitty toward them. That tells you who he is.
Me. Yeah,
absolutely agree.
I mean, how it's just bonkers, you know.
Mouse flabbergasted.
I couldn't imagine
he's
doing
lived,
that.
well, perhaps he's lived in the middle of nowhere too long with fish. I don't know. I'm just, you know.
Maybe, and that might be
On his own.
absolutely
57
true,
on
but
the
it still
corruption
doesn't
scale
change.
for Malaysia.
What?
57 on the corruption scale for Malaysia.
Yeah.
Well,
I want to reiterate that.
Well, he's not a politician or anything.
Does it have anything? And sorry, I did miss part of it. Do you think? I'm sure it doesn't have anything to do with his religion, like being
No.
Muslim.
I
No,
think
no,
It's propaganda.
in this very
It was
conversation, we
propaganda.
defended Muslims like that. It can't be that.
Yeah. No, and I understand. So I'm just.
It's the Western.
Yeah, I apologize because I was gone from
sorry,
the
man.
conversation
No
at the very
problem.
beginning.
Melody be in a bubblehead.
It's the Western white smell.
Okay.
Smell?
Yeah, you
The
don't have to apologize.
Western world and whites.
Okay.
You know,
So he's
as you
not.
may expect.
I always like the
It's-
English.
Same way as you would turn it the other
So
way around.
if he
huh?
just made the comment of the West and that was the only thing he associated, I would probably agree with him. Like most
No,
of the
it's-
time, I
it's a
tended
regular-
to agree on
yeah.
these sort of things. But
I
once you
agree
go,
with you.
once you go white, you're kind of showing your racism. Like,
Right,
that's
go on.
stupid.
Okay. So he's just against like the white man in general.
Well, he
Um,
hides it, but when he gets angry, then his true colors come out. Then you know
What?
who he really is.
I don't understand like why.
The Neanderthal brain takes over.
He doesn't like
So-
the Western world,
So what's his issue with
Western culture.
white people? Unless is it because of like colonialism?
I think he
or-
associates the West with white people, so he can't discern them. He lumps them together like they're the same thing.
Well,
Stereotyping.
his propaganda too. So he gets a lot of propaganda there. That's like anti-West and stuff like that. Like we're the bad guys. We cause all the problems in the world. We're responsible for all the tragedies.
Yeah,
blah
that's
blah
a fair
blah.
point. Yeah,
Yeah.
propaganda.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
that's-
you still don't have to go. All that information, the propaganda, you don't have to lump that
There you
into white people. Like,
And you don't have to believe it without
No, I thought you went round
sources.
the other way.
yeah, that's true.
yeah,
I've argued
absolutely.
with him about many things.
I'm
like,
white, I'm Western. He has no idea how sexy I am.
we saw Mal. We saw you when you found your
Yeah.
webcam the other day.
Yeah,
By the
you
other
got
week.
it.
I would have
You know
been
what
fapping.
Oh, I was flapping anyway.
Yeah.
I had to got a mirror.
That
Look.
sucks.
Have you ever like mirror fapped where you like you're on your bed and you have a mirror like on the ceiling and you're just looking
Oh.
at yourself?
Yeah.
Okay,
Begin,
you,
beginner stuff.
so you have a ceiling mirror? Come on. I know
I-
you're just looking around, but
I
why,
used to.
why would anybody want one of
'Cause
those?
he wants
It's
to look
kind
at
of-
his butthole,
it's really
so he's
fucked
laid belly
up.
down. And
Well,
look
if
back.
you're a hot person and you get turned on by yourself, you'll fucking fap to your. That's not weird.
If you're a narcissist type, you know,
You need two mirrors,
what's wrong with
Robs. One on the
Yeah.
ceiling and then a hand mirror so you can look at yourself in the mirror.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That makes me think about it, and I wish I hadn't thought about it. I wonder if Trump faps to himself.
Oh, pretty sure.
Ugh.
And then
People
he has
just have
somebody
fun,
jerk
man.
him off, though. So he pays
Oh,
somebody else,
fuck's
you know,
sake.
do the work. He
And I'll
just
bet
sits
the
there.
person he pays is an immigrant because he thinks they're less than. So he's like, "This is what you deserve."
So you like to look at your starfish whenever
Starfish?
your balloon knot.
Melody.
And
Oh,
then
Melody,
the mirror.
Melody, now you've started
Crazy.
turning into us. What the hell?
Well done, though.
Balloon knot.
That's the best one. It does so look like a balloon knot if you flip the end open.
It does. It does.
That's what I was saying. Starfish, aka
Well, as long as it's not a chocolate starfish, we're good. Chocolate
Starfish works.
are-
Balloon knot is
No.
brilliant. Yeah. I just look at myself anyway.
Show us your brown eye, Melody.
oh my god, yeah, that's where I got into
Brown
that.
eye.
Brown eye.
I've
yeah.
always loved that term.
Are you winking at me or are you just pleased to see me? Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm an hour and a half. I've got to shut
I
this
know.
down.
I'm going to
Hey,
bed.
you got fapping to do. Come on now. Hey, you
I
got those
do.
cobwebs.
You always go off. You always go over time. Though.
I know now I do because I'm not working, and that's the problem. It's
Mm.
causing
And
me
you
to
did, like-
not give a shit.
Why
did,
aren't
like
you
a
working?
9-hour stream here? Like,
Well, because I took a vacation for a while. I'm only like recently started looking again.
Oh, okay.
well, get looking because jobs are disappearing. I seen a company just.
I've
hired,
been
like,
looking,
50%.
and I've like it has been kind of crazy, and I'm starting to find evidence elsewhere that there's a lot of companies that are hiring but not hiring. They're
Yeah, it's fake.
claiming that. Yeah, I don't know why. Why the fuck do you do that?
Probably 'cause
Isn't that
tax write-off.
that Trump thing where
Maybe.
he said employment is zooming and
Well, it's
other
not.
places are saying that it's not, it's actually terrible. So that's
There's
going to be
a position. There's a position on my team for like accounting. I mean, I don't know how much it's going to pay, but you could
I
look
won't.
at
I won't
it.
work for less than $75 an hour. So, is it?
Okay, well, that's.
I'm just kidding.
I know.
back to porn then.
I know you're joking.
Yeah, back
Okay,
to porn
I
then.
found something already.
But
So-
yeah, you're gonna drag me on again. So, guys, I gotta go. I will
Yeah.
see you next week if you're available.
it's
Thank you.
incentivized.
Yeah.
All right,
Take care,
see
guys.
ya. All right,
I gotta
bye.
go.
See you guys.
Bye.